Oh!
Harry, how are those cameras looking?
Audio might be a bit high.
Are we peaking?
Who knows?
We'll find out.
Harry, how are the cameras look
Everyone
good?
more screaming at the same time. Cameras look lovely.
Great.
The very top of your head is slightly shaved off. Above that, that's great.
Well, they'll just have to live with it. I do get short haircuts. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dice Capital. We're playing Eat of the Earth, episode 6 today. It's going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to it. Last time...
we all died.
We all died, yeah. Anyway, for those who haven't seen us before, we're playing a D&D game, Eaters of the Earth, but it's based on the video game Caves of Cud, which is by Freehold Games. Thanks as always to them. Well, my throat slightly died there. Freehold Games, not Freehold. Thanks to them as always for giving us permission to use their wonderful setting. Shall we go around and everyone introduce themselves and just their character and a bit of what their character looks like?
If their character, one of whom.
Yes, we'll see which of these characters has survived.
So
Is one of whom actually dead?
One of whom dead, I don't know if it's grammatically correct, but
One of us is dead.
But is it
possibly,
is it
possibly. I
spiritual?
may just be bullying you.
Shit the bed, man. This is
Okay.
horrific.
Anyway, Seb.
Hi, I'm Seb. I'm slightly ill today, for which I apologise. I am hopefully still playing Tumbleheart Baraka III, the planty person.
The planty person. Yes, you are a knight historian.
I'm a knight historian planty person.
Yeah. I think going planty boy or something and just leaving it there might be a little too little.
A little
Anyway.
too little. Okay, well, we'll
Harry.
find a happy medium.
I'm Harry. I'm playing Steb and Dog. Pretty self-explanatory. That's not a dog. It's a dog called Dog.
Yes.
That's all you need to know, really.
No, well, you know.
Okay, he's a ranger. He looks like this. He's a caveman. Yeah, he's a tortured soul, and he's got a dog.
It's got a very grim dark backstory.
Grim dark backstory.
I just want to say, like,
Middle-aged
you might want to move
boss.
that. You might want to move that bottle of Coke right away from the front of the mic. Just saying, Shannon.
Shannon, you're playing Babus. She might be a corpse. I hope not.
What was she before corpse?
Don't start crying at the start of the stream.
One of us is going to be dead.
You don't know that.
I'm Sam. I'm playing Tetsu. Bless you. Long blue boy with 4 eyes. Hope he had a weird old trip when he died last week. So we'll see if he's still going.
Yeah, and I am Liam, the sinister and terribly mean-spirited DM.
Who's been mentally torturing us
To be fair,
surrounding the
if
thing.
we hadn't have made some, and by we I mean me and Seb, made some terrible decisions last week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You might have won, indeed.
I think my decision was logical and sensible and caused no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, so, one technical note really is we've now hooked up the music directly to the mixer that we're getting our sound from. So hopefully it sounds a lot better and it can be heard clearly by the audience. We only have so much capacity to kind of fine tune this. When we do recordings, it doesn't actually come out of the same quality as it does when we are streaming. So please do let us know in the chat if the music is too loud, too quiet, causing problems. Same for sound. Again, we're just trying to figure this out as we go, really. So Harry will be monitoring the chat just every so often. So just kind of message all caps, music's too loud, music's quiet, would be very much appreciated.
Place
listening.
emojis in the chat to demonstrate how you feel about the audio setup this time.
Comment.
Use
one
emojis
letter at a
to
time.
abstractly say how you feel about our
Record
show.
yourself doing an interpretive dance.
Feed the algorithm. Feed it.
Right, any notes from the group before we begin?
Just please put us out of our misery.
Oh yes, I will.
Make it end.
There's such a big fat zero on my character sheet right now.
So, last time, we opened with the party coming to rest after a long, slow day of ascending this weathered Eater ruin. Talking around what little campfire you could put together with the dying plants in this tower, Hababus revealed that she'd been gifted a strange elixir by Enod, your current employer, that could supposedly return the dead to life. Waking the next day...
That would have been handy, wouldn't it?
Waking the next day, you reached the peak of this ruin where you found the Esper that you were hunting. In the ensuing battle, both Tetsu and Hababus were attacked by spectres from their memories, known or subconscious in your case, and Tumbleheart pierce the Esper's psychic armour and seize this black triangular prism that appeared to be integral to the Esper's
All was well, and that's what we had.
prodigious psychic powers. This terrible aura overcame the Phaeton as a result, and Hababus, who revealed her hands to have this strange metallic carapace, who used your peculiar magic to freeze Tumbleheart and the Esper you were fighting. Dog, at the command of Stev, snapped off the vine, your vine, holding the prism, tossed it across the ruin, and the party attempted to destroy both the prism and the Esper. You did some damage to the Esper. You appeared to just irritate the prism, if anything. It didn't still as perfectly formed as before you attacked it, but your efforts were in vain. The Esper reunited with the prism and unleashed a wave of tremendous telekinetic power that blasted a hole in this ruin. Hababus, Dog, and Tumbleheart were just gone, and Stev followed quickly after, blasted by beams of black fire, and the last to fall was Tetsu.
Got strangled to death.
The grasp of the Esper, well, not so much strangled, just like siphoning the very life force from you as they gripped you.
Lit.
Anyway, so
It's a single tear rolls down my cheek.
you have lain in a great slumber since you were felled at the hands of the Esper. You know not for how long, for time does not exist in a dream. Nor do you truly know anything without the lucidity of the waking world. You've just moved with instinct, reliving memories and experiencing futures with no comprehension of their meaning. You've dreamt of a white wolf, of a grand and ancient tree. You've dreamt of white serpents and three-eyed mice. You've dreamt of the prism, of its spreading corruption, and of a great formless leviathan beneath the earth. You've dreamt of being carried through the jungle. You've dreamt of a cave and of cool, healing salve. You've dreamt of fathers, sons, and strangers. Are there any particular dreams anyone wants to talk about? Don't have to.
I don't know if I'm dreaming.
Yes.
You're free to make up a dream for your character if you wish. Tetsu, you have a particular dream?
I think he does.
Okay. You can tell us what it is.
Yeah. After the break. No.
Tune in next time.
Tetsu, I lie on the ground of a jungle that I don't recognise, trapped by vines wound all the way up my arms and all the way across my body. And slowly but surely, my limbs start getting pulled apart from each other. And all I can hear is the scream of a young boy saying my name. Who knows why? I don't know why. I recognise this voice, but I have no idea whose face it is.
If it's okay with you, can I add a little bit to that?
Please.
While you're having this dream, a veiled figure has just stood over you this entire time in a kind of aggressive wide pose, but unmoving. Underneath their chainmail veil, you don't recognise any features, but there is a red cross painted into the cloth that covers them, that burns in your memory. And you can have inspiration for doing a dream. Good for you.
Okay.
Anyone else?
I think Tumbleheart has a dream.
Sure.
He's in a grand old arena. Decayed but still standing and older seeming than almost all the Eater relics he's ever come across. And he's fighting a single opponent, but the face of that opponent keeps warping and changing to all the various different people who trained him, to Yurgoth, to the people from the Steppes, to the Wardens. And then at some point he loses his sword, and then he loses his axes, and he's left with nothing. And just before the weapon of his opponent falls on him, darkness. And then nothing else.
Okay.
Did you say ducks?
Yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to undercut entirely.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm sure you
Just before the weapon falls, ducks. I can't do it while I'm smiling.
I'm so sorry because it was really cool. It was a really cool
It was
dream.
some really good role playing.
That was, you know what? The goof is more important. It's fine.
Cool. Any other dreams?
I think Stev has a dream. Cool. I think he's just lying in the earth,
Sure.
in the middle of a forest. It's freezing cold. And he feels this immense pressure on his chest, just pushing him down. And slowly he realizes this isn't going to be a meme or anything. I promise.
Harry, you don't need to undercut it. I have faith in you.
Giant dog's paw, forcing him down into the ground.
Okay.
And eventually it sort of gives way and he just falls into blackness.
Is anyone else feeling this is really therapeutic?
Yeah.
I
I was gonna say these all sound like nightmares. Anyone have any happy dreams?
I considered making mine happy, and then I reconsidered the fact that it also might be portending death.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It was full of ducks though.
It was. I mean, the
And
ducks were a
Tumbleheart-
nice upwards twist at the end, weren't they?
Tumbleheart hates ducks though, doesn't he?
Tumbleheart has a phobia of ducks. A phalophobia.
Cool. Well, if no one else has any more dreams,
No.
then
Probably.
Son of a gun.
I haven't done anything yet.
I know. I'm just.
Tetsu, at one point, you can't be sure, but you think you might slowly begin to come to consciousness. You can't tell if this is another dream you're kind of flowing into, but you do. It is heralded by a whisper in your ear. You think of a "Wake up, disciple of Lucky."
I could cry.
You can't see anything, but there is the kind of faint bloom of reddish colour and feeling that comes with the sun hitting your closed eyes. You can barely speak. All that you can put out, if you even try, is just a faint whisper. You can feel yourself unable to move, and you feel kind of tight and bound almost. Do you say anything?
I think that's it.
Try to speak. What has happened to your master?
Lucky. Dead.
That is most unfortunate.
You're fucking telling me.
You use what little energy you have to swear. I do not have much time to talk. You must recover swiftly. Your fighting companion touched the prison, did he not?
Yes.
That is grave. His gaze will be upon you now, and his servants will be coming. I do not know how long you can hide.
His gaze.
His name cannot be said.
Who are you? Who are you?
I am an ally. Not at your side in person, but in spirit. Is there anything I can do to aid you?
Oh, so many things. I have so many questions. Can you guide me to my friends? Are they still alive?
I don't know about your friends. My perception is limited to you only for now.
Do you have a name?
My name is Angwix,
Oh, that's a cracking name.
and I was something of a teacher to Lucky in the past.
Can you tell me what... Question. Was it the sphere that I dropped in the...
So when you had the vision
Yeah.
last time, Lucky on the other side of the clear waters, not clear waters, sorry, reflective pool,
Yeah.
showed you the hemisphere, this black hemispherical
Yeah.
object that he left that he had in his bag that you took.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a hemisphere. So it's only half a
Okay,
sphere,
cool.
but yeah.
Can I... Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, sure.
Do you know what... This is... I don't know if I can move.
You don't.
but
You can't move.
Black hemisphere. Tetsu dies.
You die. I'm afraid as I say, my perception is limited, but there's an ancient wise machine not far of you, northwards, within the ruins there. Perhaps they are dangerous, and they will ask some strange and possibly cruel bargain of you, but perhaps they can help.
Thank you.
I'm watching. I'll be with you soon.
Thank you.
Sounded like a threat to me, actually. No, but
XOXO.
And you go to perhaps ask more questions, but
Yeah.
consciousness fades from you. And you're not sure if it's a dream or...
Are my eyes still closed?
Yeah, you weren't able to open your eyes. It was literally just you communing with a voice.
Good lord.
Anyway, Harry, can we just check at this point if the sound... Has anyone said if the music's doing all right on the stream?
there's a heart eyes emoji. I assume this
Bodes well.
I would,
Okay.
trust.
Who's it for?
Trust the heart eyes.
Trust the heart eyes.
We've got to presume it's for Shannon.
It may also be part of the endless compliments rolling in for Shannon.
Okay.
You're
Well, whatever.
the most supportive
Yes.
friendship group
Yeah,
I've ever met.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, okay. Awakening.
I don't want to pick my nose.
Awakening.
Don't pick it.
But we're live on Twitch.
Your character doesn't have a nose.
This feels like the X Factor, when they're all lined up and you're waiting to hear if your name's going to be called.
And they shoot the one
An
who's called.
experience that I definitely had, and it's really relatable to me.
Everyone has seen an episode of the X Factor.
I don't think I've seen a full episode of the X
An
Factor.
episode of a talent show, guys.
I've just seen the two guys
I've seen
go like,
different-
goldfish died
who
or
was
something.
probably watching was a semi-finalist on
Ant and
The
Deck,
Voice.
is that what they're called?
That's Britain's Got Talent.
Oh, it's all the same.
No one does magic and one doesn't, so.
Okay. Yeah, Shannon has a thing for magic. Anyway, speaking of magic, Shannon, your numbers come up.
What does that mean?
Babus slowly comes to consciousness.
The fans will be thrilled.
Can you imagine? We just depleted to 0 views.
We just go back like, this is where the viewers dropped off. What happened at this moment?
I'd like to thank me mum.
Okay.
Okay.
The first sensation you have is not one of sight, it is sound. Muffled, you can hear, not too far away, the sounds of some heated discussion. Then you begin to have the faintest perception of light, then heat, and slowly you come to full consciousness. Your body is bound entirely. Your eyes are covered by this binding as well. The only thing that appears to be uncovered is your mouth, which you're kind of slowly drawing thin, rasping breaths from. What are you doing?
I tried to wriggle out of my bind.
Sure. Okay. You start trying to wriggle. Are you going to attempt to kind of force your way out of them, possibly tearing them open, or are you
I want
sure?
out.
Okay. As you begin to move, shooting pain starts just arcing down from your shoulder across your body. And you're kind of a combination of exhaustion and agony is just kind of rippling over you as you do so, and you just kind of grit your teeth and kind of have to fall still. But you do hear footsteps begin to approach to your side fairly quickly. Are you doing anything, or are you just? They've come close. The pain is too strong for you to try to kind of tear your way out.
I wait for them to make the first move.
Sure. You die. No, I think that would be a bit too much. I'll give you a whiplash. You feel small hands begin to slowly.
Small like a child?
How small?
No, just small like a small person. How small? Tiny little hands. Tiny little eeny weeny hands. No.
little like doll's hands.
Oh yeah, it's Chucky. No, small, normal but small hands begin to unwind your bindings, starting with your face, and as your kind of eyes begin to flutter as the binding is taken off. This hand kind of gently presses your eyes and goes, do not open them yet.
Do I recognise a voice?
Yes, this is Hele.
Oh, okay.
You need to take time to adjust the light.
Okay.
And kind of slowly your bindings are undone until essentially it's a kind of split open cocoon around you, and you can kind of feel with it taken off that there is this kind of slightly hardened paste that's kind of stuck to you in a lot of places. And as you kind of slowly, open your eyes just kind of millimeter by millimeter and adjust, you begin to kind of come to and take in your surroundings. You do see Hele crouched over you. You recognise her as before. She has a similar tattoo on her brow to you, the same kind of waving thick black lines that form out this very impressionist tree. Although you see that she also has similar patterns now on her hands as well. She did not have when you previously knew her. As you slowly sit up, you get to see your wider surroundings. You're in a cave, just over about 10 feet in diameter, and similarly you're about 10 feet from the entrance to this thing. Kind of blearily looking around, you can kind of tell the cave goes back, but unable to kind of fully twist without eliciting more pain from your shoulder. You're not able to see how far. Looking out beyond the cave mouth, you can see the light of midday washes over this stony clearing, and you do see other members of the Agula tribe
Do I
going
recognise the
around.
place where we are? Is
You
this
don't
where
recognise
they-
this place, no.
I'm going to be honest, the reason I'm pausing for so long is because I'm really scared to do the accent again, because I think I've forgotten it.
You were doing a kind of Ukrainian.
I'm
Oh, okay, sorry.
Ukrainian?
Well, okay.
What was that noise?
Sorry,
That's the Ukrainians.
Well, I think it's the building is about to detonate, actually.
That's all right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in.
Sorry, we're in an office, so excuse me for any weird noises we get or anything. We'll ignore them, especially if they're like fire alarms or anything. Anyway,
We'll stay in here until we die.
it's a pretty ride or die kind of deal.
I'm sorry for this now, as in your accident blame it on
No,
the
don't,
host.
you don't need to apologise for Shannon. We're all figuring things out here. Take your time with it.
Just life. Okay.
Yeah, true.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, why was I bound? Why am I here?
You were terribly injured. Do you remember anything?
I was with a group of travelers. There was an Esper.
We found you. She appears, you notice, to be almost kind of slightly welling up. That you've woken up. You think. Yes, we saw your fight.
Did you see my fighting?
Sorry.
My fighting associate.
Your plants. Yes, he's here as well.
He's
Sorry,
here?
they're here as well. They're here as well. You shouldn't move around, and as you're kind of getting yourself together, you do see there is a kind of barely healed, kind of horrible lattice work of scars going down from your shoulder across your kind of left
I
bosom.
thought you'd lost an arm.
You haven't lost an arm,
Give it time.
but it does appear that basically kind of a chunk of your body was kind of like almost torn open and then kind of held back together. And it is still not fully healed over. If you agitate this too much, the wound could break. But currently it's these kind of horrible jagged red lines all across here.
It's a good thing I have a pretty face.
And a sense of humour.
That really threw me off. Looking around, you do see someone similarly kind of mummified, bound in this yellowish wrap, only a couple of feet from your feet. You do kind of recognise the long, thin body, and the unwrapped part is the blue chin and red beard of Tetsu. Not moving currently though, so
How not moving? Sorry, I can't ask. Sorry.
How not moving?
Your senses are still, your vision is still blurred and hazy somewhat, so you don't know if they're alive or dead.
Agula, my love. Oh, that's the wrong name. Hello, my love. How did I get here?
It was Enya, Baban Enya. Baban is a kind of a Gula term for mystic elder, kind of. She led us to you. I mean, something terrible has overcome the jungle, and we were planning to move eastwards to here, but she called us back, and we found you in the jungle with Falkreet around you, and you were torn open.
Oh, thank you. I owe you my life.
Yes.
You do. And now it's time to pay that debt.
She dies.
How are the people I was with?
You will see them soon.
How are the people I was with?
One of them did not survive.
You've got to be.
The pale one? So now it's probably as good a time as any to talk about the death saves that happened at the end of last episode, because they were insanely lucky.
Did you know? No!
I just want to run through these. Hababus got 2 failures and 3 successes. Tumbleheart got 2 failures and 3 successes. Hababus got 1 failure and 3 successes. Stev, 3 failures, 2 successes. And Tetsu got 4 successes, essentially. Succeed, and a natural 20. So,
He should be
lucky
better
boy.
than before. He
Never
felt
lucky.
so
Oh dear.
Harry.
Why wasn't I told?
Didn't ask.
We still
You
needed
didn't
you to
ask.
do the tech. Still needed.
Ah, I see. Okay.
But now he plays the
I
dog.
play as just a dog.
We'll see.
I mean, I'm going to enjoy this. There's going to be a lot of barking
I
going
really
on.
wanted your backstory as well.
Hababus, I need you to focus.
Who are you talking to?
She kind of instinctively goes to put a hand on your other shoulder, but doesn't kind of reach back, aware of your condition. Baban Enya has fallen catatonic since she saved 2 of your companions from falling. But she spoke of an old goat and a white-furred beast in her dreams. Do these mean anything to you? We're trying to interpret what omens she left.
Gold. I don't know why, but the goat reminds me of Lucky. Is that?
The old goat, no, I mean,
What was the goat? What was the goat? Guys, what am I missing?
Hababus, you're the only person conscious right now.
Guys.
Come to my aid!
So many ghosts.
Goat people!
We literally fought about 16 of them.
It was just the image of a goat, and you immediately went to one of the non-goat people. Like, the vast majority of the people we've met have been goats.
What did she say it was?
She said in her dreams, a white-furred beast and an old goat.
What are the goat people called?
Goat folk. I mean, they have their own name in their own tongue, but you just know them as goat folk.
We encountered an old goat folk. He showed us visions of
Folky.
many things.
The singular of goat folk is goat folky.
He showed us.
Oh,
many
sorry.
things.
Goat folk.
Yes.
I don't know what that means. She means in the sense that I don't know how to interpret that.
It's okay. I forgot they existed. So.
How are you feeling? Can you stand?
I'm trying to stand.
Sure. That one. You shakily pick yourself up and just kind of slip and fall back down. She goes, I think you should still rest. But you're recovering well. Perhaps it's best for you to sleep now. Do you go back to sleep then? Okay. I will say at one point you perhaps kind of half
I dream of Stev.
You dream of Stev, and perhaps at some point, kind of drifting in and out of consciousness, you catch the voices of some other Agula tribesfolk arguing with Hele. You pick up that some of them, although perhaps sometimes you're kind of drifting in and out and catching words, you get the sense that they are worried by your presence here. They see that you, even though you are kind of recognised as part Agula with your tattoo, these people showing up here at the same time as the jungle falling into disaster is ominous, and they think perhaps they need to get rid of you. Not violently, that's not implied, but they should be leaving you behind somewhere. Anyway, you think you sleep for perhaps a day. You wake up early this time, slightly earlier than midday perhaps. You get up and just kind of on your own, being sure not to put any pressure on your shoulders, slowly begin to pick yourself up and can find you can kind of shakily get to your feet. What are you doing?
I want to go over to Tetsu. He's still there.
Sure.
How's he looking?
Still, hands down by the side, but not too peachy.
Well, no, he's blue. So.
Oh man, not too blueberry.
Putting your hand over his mouth, you can feel the faintest of breaths, but you can see, his lips are dry. Blood does stain parts of this pale bandage.
This is blood.
His blood is still red.
Oh,
Boring, sorry. Lame. I will say, just a bit of lore, you recognise this fibrous kind of bandage they've used is from the spitting plant. They take a fibre from it and can use it to make bandage. Sometimes they use it for clothing, but not so much. The Gula tribe don't wear much clothing, loincloth basically.
Is he...
You're similarly dressed at this point, I will say. You haven't got your chainmail on currently or anything.
Is he sleeping as in I shouldn't wake him up, or sleeping as in I should give him a little shake?
It's up to you.
Okay, wait, I'd like to do can I do like a quick medical check to see whether it'd be safe to
Give me a
wake
medicine
up?
check.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. 12?
12. Okay, what's
Natural one. Shove your fingers in his eyes.
you just wait for his mouth to open slightly and go on into it or something. Works every time. Looking at the blood that stains the bandages where it is, it's all mostly quite dry. Breathing is stable and heavy enough, so you think that you could, you wouldn't risk any harm to Tetsu just waking him up or anything.
Okay, I want to get down without touching him, just go to his ears and be like...
She said Tetsu for people on the stream.
For the benefit of the podcast.
Benefit of the people listening. Tetsu, you kind of, hear Habeba saying your voice in your dreams.
Saying your voice.
Perhaps you're kind of, again, in that state of just between the waking world and the dream.
Lucid. Do I recognise her voice?
I think so.
What? Are you alive? Fuck's sake.
It seems somewhat insensitive
So
in
mean.
light of the fact that Steph is actually dead.
You were joking about someone dying.
Wow.
After I died. Okay. Never mind, keep going.
Because the thing is now,
Real.
he's not going to believe you when you tell him that Steph is dead.
It's the boy who cried wolf. Wolf. Dog.
Dog.
Right, what is it you're saying? If anything, she's gone, ooh, and you've gone, fuck's sake.
I did not really, but fuck's sake. Where are you?
I'm clearly right next to you.
I can't see.
Yeah, but you can hear me.
I know.
I'm not up.
Oh, but I've had many people talking to me, okay?
I've been talking to you.
Can I open my eyes?
Something is over them, so you're going to open them.
Something's over my eyes.
I'm just checking on
Yeah.
At stream recognition.
Would you like me to remove it or?
Yeah, do it.
I very gingerly remove the bandage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. You got a medicine of 3.
What do you mean? I roll my own medicine checks, buddy.
Yeah, I like rolling for you sometimes.
No.
Yeah, at some points you tear it and a few scabs get peeled off and start to bleed slightly around the
This
face.
isn't fair.
Yeah, they come from the nice pop. His blood is the same colour, but its scabs ping off.
We were
They
seeing
suction
eyeballs.
on. Oh, his eyes come out. Oh, it's horrible. Oh god, that makes me feel ill. Anyway, you slowly pull them off. Doesn't kill him, thankfully.
Can you imagine? I would be so pissed.
But yeah, slowly these bandages are taken off you.
Fucking hell.
And particularly with your 4 eyes, you know, you're kind of very much keeping your eyelids kind of closed, only kind of open very slightly to let sunlight through. Yeah.
Oh my god, you poor man.
So I will say, taking these off,
How do I look?
I don't want to scare
so you have a
but-
fairly good look of Tetsu, given that he's no clothes under this thing. So you can see there's a certain.
Why did I fully unwrap him?
I don't know. Well, okay, fine. You can leave like the lower body. Fine. Sorry. Fair enough.
Curious.
I didn't specify.
We're all interested to know.
Okay, that's what a 3 on a medicine check gets you. It's going like just kind of getting too into unwrapping him and being like, well, I guess I'm gonna do the whole thing.
Was it like sort of pulling the thread on a sock?
Yeah, it's like
wrapping it all.
no, I think it's like you're like when you're picking at something, or like you just can't stop until you get the whole thing off.
Is it 4 of everything?
No. Anyway, no, I'm specifically talking about his injuries here. Kind of peppering of scar tissue and scabs or across his form. And you do notice there's a particular kind of nasty
I just don't
looking
give a fuck anymore.
kind of number of scars on kind of his lower.
He's on my face.
Yeah, fine.
His lower attitude. Is everything going alright, Harry?
It's just minor bandwidth issue that I think I should be able to solve.
Okay.
Basically, the internet is a bit dodgy at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah, it's frustrating. Is anything downloading over there?
no.
No one uploading like a terabyte of, I don't know, something to somewhere?
No, don't think so.
Interesting. And if everyone could take their phones off the Wi-Fi, that would be good.
Mine's off.
Is yours connected to the Wi-Fi?
No, I just put on airplane mode.
Interesting. I mean, your computer.
My computer, yeah, I need the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
But it's usually fine. Sorry about this, everyone.
No, I think it should be alright. I will see what I can do, and there's not a huge amount I can do.
Okay, sorry everyone, you're just gonna have to bear with it.
Just slightly dodgy internet, guys. Just listen to the audio.
Yeah. Anyway, where were we? Sorry. So you can see there's a kind of a particular kind of. He appears to have suffered a lot of wounds in kind of lower abdomen area, and also you notice there's a slight aging that's come to Tetsu. Slight crow's feet in the corner of the 4 eyes. The hair has perhaps lost just a slight bit of its kind of brightness, its brilliance. It's as if he's aged 5 years.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke, but now I'm afraid.
Okay.
I want to make the joke anyway, but it wouldn't be appropriate anymore.
Don't make the joke then.
In an alternate universe, Brink.
Oh God.
How do you feel?
5 years old. Tired. Really tired. In a lot of pain. Can I try and sit up?
Absolutely.
Try
So,
and sit up.
trying to sit up, you do feel a quite serious pain at your side, but you can slowly get up. But kind of getting a feeling for yourself moving around, blood pumping through you. You can feel this painful kind of absence inside your lower torso.
You took your kidney.
No.
That's what the Prince ticket's for.
Do I say what it is?
You can if you want, or you can keep it to yourself. Best to say it in character, if you really want to get into the role playing.
Would you like some Pritt stick?
I would like some Pritt. Where do I Pritt this stick?
So, anywhere on your character sheet, you can put in this new feature if you want to Pritt stick it in, or I can give you a paperclip if you want to paperclip it in.
Okay.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Oh no. It's bloody annoying.
no.
But that's okay. I'm just going to keep that there.
Is that Tetsu talking to himself as he's gone, oh, that's bloody annoying.
That's bloody annoying. Am I aware that
You can feel something's given up.
flippy, floppy, fuck? Okay, yeah.
Ah, yes, the Hyotoks have very complicated swearing structures.
yeah, they do.
Flippy, floppy.
All swearing must be done in alliteration.
That's actually what that says.
He's cursed.
Yeah, I'm not going to say. I'm just going to leave it for now.
Oh, fine. Okay. Wish I hadn't woken you up now. We need to go find Templecart.
What about Steph?
I think we should find Templecart first.
So Hele has kind of noticed that you've got up.
Metagaming.
But no, it's not. I know.
Hele said that the
Steph
pale
there.
one is.
Oh yeah, you do know, yeah. Fair.
She comes over, kind of panic. Look, how are you? How do you feel?
Withered.
She begins to kind of go over, and she's particularly kind of looking at his spine. You notice, and she kind of talking half to herself, half to you as she goes, but she's saying, "Baban Enya, it all happened very quickly. We saw you fall from the ruin, from the top. She caught you with her powers. But we worried that perhaps it would have damaged your spinal." And she's kind of feeling down, and you do notice you haven't got up on your legs yet.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
I hope you kept Lucky's wheelchair.
We didn't. We left it.
How did we do
Oh, allow this.
But I don't believe there is any damage.
Oh.
That's good.
Oh, so funny. I tried to get up on my legs.
You can move your legs.
Oh.
Liam,
My
you're
toes?
actually a fiend.
Yes.
You're a cruel.
Can I wiggle my
cruel man.
toesies?
Yeah, in fact, you do the whole,
Kill
Kill
Bill.
Bill
Yeah.
move
Your
thing.
big toe.
Yeah, now you're closer to the cave mouth. You can see just around the corner there is the horrible truck from Kill Bill.
That's
It's
good.
completely out of place. Anyway, yeah, you can move your legs.
Oh, thank God for that. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get up and go find Tumbleheart.
Hey, thank Hele.
I said thank you.
Do it properly.
Thank you,
Hele.
Hele.
My name is Hele.
Thank you, Hele. And thank you, Baba Enya, for catching me. If
She's
around.
not here.
I was just saying it.
She's deeper within the cave.
Okay. What about Stev? How's Stev?
I do not know which one is Stev.
The one with the one with the dog.
Perhaps, if you're fit to walk, it would be best to go see him.
Okay.
Holy golly.
Is the dog here?
Yes, the dog is here.
Okay. And Tumbleheart's here?
The dog, I don't know, is that the plant?
The plant, yeah.
The plant is here too, yes. The dog was very, helped us find you.
That's very kind.
Good
She's a good girl.
Yeah.
She's a good girl.
Such a good girl.
Okay,
All boys are good boys.
well if you think,
Never forgive her. Nothing you can go. I'm very briefly going to change something.
okay. Should I do anything while you're changing something, or?
DM would be nice.
Damn.
Maybe you said don't, you said, should I do something? No, well, okay, hold on, should I be DMing?
Wait, 10 seconds.
Da 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 da.
It's always possible what I just did may have made it much worse.
Oh god, sorry everyone, we may be creating technical issues here. Harry, how are you looking?
I think that might be better. Let's keep going.
Stream chat, let us know if everything's going wrong. Anyway,
This is why we killed you off.
let's not be mean, it's just the death saving throws that killed him.
Determined by Liam behind the scenes.
No, okay, I want to say Scout's Honour.
Yeah,
I don't know
no, I believe
what
you.
hand gestures you do for Scout's Honour, but Scout's Honour. I did do just plain death saves, and you were very lucky by and large, but one you didn't make it.
No, okay, just keep going. Oh, what the hell's happened to me?
Right. So, looking around, you can see this cave you're in. I forgot to mention before, sorry. So you two were kind of placed on one side. On the other side, kind of stone slabs have been used as kind of desks almost, and you can see kind of these crude pestle and mortars and kind of different herbs and flowers have been kind of ground. Perhaps picking yourself up, you can see this kind of green paste that, as I say, has kind of toughened and coated you. Do you get dressed or anything? Your clothes are here. They've been taken off.
I'm going to put my clothes on.
Sure.
Feeling the breeze between my knees at the moment.
I'm happy as I am for now.
Fair enough.
Wait, I'm wearing something, right?
You're wearing a loincloth.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Am I wearing a loincloth?
They put a loincloth on you, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll stick.
Actually, no, that's silly. They wouldn't put a loincloth on you. They'd wrap you in bandages.
Yeah, I'll put some clothes on.
So you're both Starkers, isn't it?
Yeah. But Tetsu's now dressed, but
I'm wearing a loincloth.
sure.
Okay.
Right. Hello. Goes. Oh, we need to go deeper into the cave, but the way is dark.
Full of terrors. Sorry.
The plant did die, actually. No. And at one point, you will have to crawl. Is this a papers with your arm?
I'll do it.
For me? What do you...
I'll go alone. No.
You think you could do some stuff with your arm? It's just going to hurt.
Could I perhaps lie on a stretcher and you can drag me? Not you, maybe.
What is a stretcher?
Perhaps I could lie on a long piece of material and you can drag the material.
What? Like what?
Maybe like a big loincloth.
What is going on? I'm dead, and you're doing this. Hurry up!
I'm trying to get into the cave. I can't crawl. I have...
Look, you can crawl. It's just going to hurt. Is all. DM speaking. You think you can crawl, but you'll just take the weight off your arm, and it's going to hurt a bit.
I don't want it to hurt. Okay, fine.
Losing my mind.
I didn't think when I would say it's going to hurt to do it. In the narrative, you would be like, well, can you just put me on a loincloth, a big loincloth, and pull me through? I didn't quite anticipate that, to be honest. Anyway.
Get to know me.
You begin to travel down this narrowing passage, and it does sink downwards into the earth, and it gets dark, and at one point you are barely able to see.
Can you see in the dark?
No, you don't have dark vision, I don't think. Does your special eye give you
My
that?
special eye doesn't allow that.
I would say the bandage over you is not there.
Okay, and my chrome hand's well
Just
and
exposed.
Have I ever seen your weird eye before?
Don't think you've seen it except in the midst of combat. I mean, you haven't got your gloves on either, so you've got your...
Oh, they've never seen these. Why am I hiding my hands?
They don't judge. I mean,
Yeah,
This is a.
It's big for you. It's not big for them.
You know what? Maybe in the midst of all this, I haven't noticed yet. So good. Let's keep
sure.
going.
I mean, they live in the sacred jungle. They see weird stuff every day. So
I've
it's
got
not.
a chrome hand, I don't care.
Yeah, you've got a chrome hand. You've got this. As
Where's
I
your kelp, though?
just in case the rest of the party's forgotten, it's kind of like these diamond-shaped scales form this kind of carapace, and the veins have become these kind of ribbed, kind of tubing almost, and the rather than nails, it ends in kind of long, jagged points,
Creepy.
like creepy claws.
Yeah.
Spooky, scary claws.
Ugly. It's meant to be scary.
He's dead. Ooh.
I'm scary. Like the least scary thing ever. Anyway, you do briefly, as I said, have to crawl on your bellies as it gets very low down, and slide through across this stone, and then the tunnel opens and you can rise to your full height again. What you see before you is a place of serenity hidden away from the wilds of Cud. This hollow within the earth is only around 30 feet in width, but stalactites and stalagmites occupy the left and right periphery, and they create a natural diffuser for sound here, making this place truly quiet, save for the faint trickle of water from this inch-wide stream that cuts through the middle of this place. There are two sources of light here. Most prominent is the pale blue of the bioluminescent particles that drift through the air, emitted by the squat mushrooms disturbed by your passage. The centre of this hollow, however, is lit by scraps of natural light, which which escape through a very fine crack in the ceiling of this place. You see your companion, Tumbleheart, rests beneath its light, roots set in the shallow soil that generations of muddy feet have left in this cave. Beyond Tumbleheart, a crumbled, leathery form rests against the cave wall. You see an old woman at rest, who you recognise as Baba Nenya. Tattoos crawling all over her form. Again, this kind of, for you, it's this kind of abstract depiction of tree branches and tree roots. And you see behind her this Technicolor cave painting splashes up the wall. Silhouettes of handprints form this lurid bouquet, and beyond them, many of the animals of the jungle are depicted in crude but undeniably elegant strokes. It's sad then to turn away from this beauty and notice the form of your other companion, Stev, laid between the stalagmites with Dog sleeping next to him. Bound as you were in yellow bandage, you didn't notice him at first among the similarly coloured stone. You see his exposed, thinning face, his greying flesh, and the ceremonial nature of his crossed arms and the flowers laid upon his eyes. And so you see for yourselves that Stev has died.
I should have been told about this
You
before
should
the
have
stream.
been
What?
told.
I didn't. I mean, you should have asked.
I just assumed that no news was good news. Well, and let's remove this half of the character sheet, shall
Well,
we?
hold on. We'll see what happens.
Will we? Will we?
We still have the thing. Tumbleheart still has the
So you see Tumbleheart, you can see his kind of vines are slowly rising and falling, but you think he's in sleep mode, as it were. But there is a certain...
It said greying flash. I am not coming back from that.
No, it's like you do... A body turns grey pretty quickly.
But
it
you
is...
know that.
But you don't know how long you've been in slumber yet. This place is quite cold, I will note. You're deep into the stone. It's not making not enough to make you shiver, but it's definitely cool compared to the steamy jungle above it.
I want to go.
Tumbleheart, as I say, is sleeping. You do notice a slight kind of darkening, a slight wilt to his leaves.
Can I go over to Baba Enya and
Sure.
I want to get down on like all fours and like kiss the ground just in front of her feet.
Sure. I mean, you're kissing mud, but
Yeah.
sure. Sure. I mean, she's kind of. There's a bit of a stone outcropping forms a kind of natural seat above the soil here, which she's kind of resting in a slightly kind of loose meditative pose in, but she appears to be unconscious.
Well, that was a waste.
I got mud on my face.
But yeah, Hele will approach as well by your side and just kind of check up on her. Perhaps just kind of try to keep her kind of upright in her arms in their pose. She the pale one fell from the tower first, and she caught him, and then the blue one fell, and she caught him in turn. But it was too much.
Is she going to be okay?
I don't know.
Is
She
there
hasn't-
anything we can do to help?
I don't think so. She got back here and then she hasn't woken since.
I believe she will wake.
Okay.
This must be reassuring.
What are you doing?
Am I awake?
You're asleep currently.
I go over to Stev and the dog.
Sure. As you get close, Dog's eyes kind of open up and look up to you, to Babus, and just kind of watching and waiting to see what you do.
I wipe them
Hey, girl.
You what?
up. Wipe them up.
You just kissed dirt, so you wipe your mouth.
Hey, girl. Are you the dog?
Are you going to play the dog, or am I going to play the dog?
I don't know at this point.
I'll play the dog then.
Hey, girl.
Let Harry play the dog.
I'll seize the initiative, Harry.
Oh, no. I offer my hand out in a non-threatening way as if to allow her to sniff it, to know that I am not a threat.
The dog lifts its eyes to you, and you realise that it knows that you're not a threat. That could probably take you.
No, the dog doesn't use this as an opportunity to fucking
Right.
diss the other party
It's
members.
not dissing them, it's being patronised to.
No, I just didn't want.
It's being patronised.
I didn't want to think I was. I don't. She's obviously grieving, like all of us.
It's caused fear. No, the dog doesn't do that.
Just give her a gentle stroke.
Just sort of backs your hand away a bit.
Okay,
Not violently, just sort of.
fair enough. I go up and examine Stev.
Sure. As I say, arms like this, bound in this cloth, doesn't have the green salve that has been placed over you two that appears to have healed your wounds quickly, but does have these 2 yellow flowers placed over the eyes.
That's really cute. Well, we got to use the elixir.
I go over to Tumbleheart and see if it's like in his urn.
So you can see that he's been taken out of his urn and his belongings have been placed into his urn beside him.
Wow.
Convenient.
What does that mean?
You do see that his armour is largely in bits and pieces. A lot of the rings that hold it together have just been shattered.
Bugger.
Sorry.
What a shame.
Stev dying was bad, but this is a disaster.
Truly irreplaceable. It's like we have an elixir of armor repair.
Sure, you can begin to poke through this urn. How is her babes feeling?
She's in pain.
She is. It hurts
She's
to move her
glad to
arms.
be back with the Agula clan.
Never forgotten. Sure. So you're reaching into, pieces of metal. As I say, you've got your wound that still hasn't fully repaired. How are you? This is painful, but I suppose you do kind of laboriously pick through these pieces, and eventually you do find the small vial of this crimson substance.
It was very invasive, you having just rifled through my urn. I live in that.
Just like Zelda, just like pick it up and smash it.
I want to see if Tetsu has seen me going through the urn.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I
Similarly,
called over to you to say
similarly,
get
you're
the
watching
elixir.
her and you can hear, Although interestingly, there's no metal. Kind of the cling of the kind of the rings of his mail becomes very kind of, each one is very distinct and sharp in this place. As I say, all the sound gets diffused by the cave structure of this place. Everything here is crisp and clean and precise. So you find it.
Does it look intact? Is it good?
Give me a perception check. Or investigation, either or.
Ooh, 4.
4. So far as you can tell, it's absolutely fine. I always say Eater artifacts are considerably more durable than the mundane works of humans and other folk. No.
Before we use this,
You inject yourself with it on accident, trying to step it away. No!
before we use this, why did Ita say that you specifically it had to be for you?
Enod, sorry.
Enod,
I was
sorry.
going to say you said Eater. which
Yeah,
means
sorry, you said Ita
why did
before,
gods
Why
say?
did the gods? Why did Enod say it was specifically for you? And what do you need in order to? Why do you need to come back to life?
I don't question those with more power than me.
What I'm saying is if we use this on our dear friend Stev.
Dear friend,
Whoa.
we've known each other. Really?
If we use this on our dear friend Stev, I want to make sure that if Enod has said to you, and I trust you wholeheartedly, that this is for you, I need to know why.
I didn't ask. Someone said, hey, here's something to make you come back to life. I don't say why. I just...
So she didn't say this is specifically for you? Because you told
She
me last...
She did say it was specifically for me, and I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I just...
Well then,
What's a horse? Sorry.
So there's camels. You give camel in the mouth, and there's also equimaxes, which is kind of like a swole horse with a carapace.
Oh, that's cool. don't look a gift.
Don't
Equimax.
gift Equimax in the mouth.
Well then we have to use it on Stev.
No.
If you can tell me why, then
Are you going to take it off me, Tatsu?
yes.
I will say you are all on 1 hit point,
Oh,
except for you. You're on 0. And having barely made it back from the grave, you are all on -4. So let me just check out the rules for resurrection. You're on -4 to attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks, except for Herbatus, who's on -3 because she's been awake and recuperated for 1 day.
Okay. Oh, so it's like we're saying like this, and we're like, we need to use it. We need to use it. He's our only form. Not only is he a valued member of our party, he's the only one that can get us around places.
I've been around these jungles many times.
Well, then why haven't you been leading?
I like to give others a chance. Look, I love Stev like, you know.
This is some bullshit. I'd just like to say.
I put my hand on her.
Oh shit!
On
Chrome
her,
hand or
My
regular
wound
hand?
shoulder.
Yeah, on your
My
shoulder.
wound
Your wound
shoulder?
shoulder.
Okay.
Why are we doing this? I'm saving your life. This guy.
Give me a grapple check. I guess contested by either your grapple or your athletics. Sorry, could you give me athletics against athletics or acrobatics?
Right.
And you're on -3 to this. You're on -4 to this.
Okay.
So -4 whatever.
No, so you roll that. You add your bonuses, and then you take away 4 from that.
Nat 20.
Sick. No. Roll. You might get nat 20 as well.
No.
I should say nat 20s don't exist in the way that nat 20s do for attacks with skill checks.
It's
so
still
like
20 because my athletics
And
is
it's
plus
still-
4.
So you get
And
20.
it's still cool.
I mean, it's still good though. Yeah, it's cool. But okay. So you grab and immediately you've got agony just arcing through you.
We need to bring Stev back to
What the
life.
fuck is wrong with you?
We need to bring Stev back to life.
LA.
LA, I thought you said.
Or
Why did we come here?
she approaches to break up both of you and goes, "Stop! You're both wounded. What are you doing?" And I mean, I guess if she's got a turn, she'll attempt to force you both apart or something. Okay.
But we entered combat.
Well, tragically, I don't think she manages to pull Tetsu's vice-like grip off of
She's
you.
a soft and gentle lady, and I love
I'm not intending to incredibly damage.
her.
No, but you are putting any kind of pressure
Yeah.
on a very severe wound. So, yeah, you're in agony. I mean, so perhaps you just collapse to your knees in pain, kind of under this.
Can I make a roll to try and keep standing even though I'm in
Yeah, give me a
pain?
Constitution check.
Okay. Oh, it's +1 now?
Saving throw, actually, I'll say this is.
So it's a +1 now?
Oh yeah, you didn't change your scores.
Listen, pen.
We'll just write it out. Okay, so it's -2 because you're
Oh, yeah.
+1, -3.
-2, 12.
12. Okay. Given how he got a 20 overall, I'm saying you're still like. Ah!
But am I still standing?
No.
Okay.
You fall to your knees. I mean, you're still gripping it in your hand, but like, yeah.
Come on, why aren't you letting me? Why aren't you wanting to save Stev?
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Sweet relief. Perhaps a few
Dick.
perhaps a few lines of blood escape from between some of the gaps.
Ooh, that was fun.
Tomahawk mumbles in his dreams. Oh, that was fun.
Ducks.
Look, I'm sorry, but I can't understand why you don't want to save him.
I want to save him, but I can't disobey Inod.
I've gone through a lot to get this.
Sorry, I just want to check. Harry, are you doing all right?
We actually might have some problems, I'm afraid.
Okay. Sorry about this, everyone.
Yeah, so it looks like our internet has gone extremely dodgy and it's literally pausing and unpausing and appearing offline occasionally to people.
All right, sorry, everyone. Just a second for technical issues. I'm just
One
sec.
Wait, I think I'm going to
sorry,
stop and restart the stream.
Oh.
Shouldn't make too much of a difference. Yeah, I'm just going to restart the stream.
We will be right back.
We'll be right back.
After these messages.
What's the be right back noise? It's not done. What's the tune?
That's just countdown.
Let's count down.
All right. Back in a
Yeah, but then they
second,
do it again,
guys.
don't they? Sorry about that, everyone. Be back in a sec.
On this, and it was like, it was not good. Also, we're back online. I think.
Are we good?
Can you comment in the chat if we are back online?
Well, are we streaming? Are we streaming? Because I just picked my teeth.
Num num num.
Gotta get sustenance from somewhere.
I was saving it for later.
I don't know for sure whether it's working any better than last time.
But are we?
Brilliant.
Are we live?
Yay!
We are live. We are live. So don't
All right.
say anything unacceptable.
Yeah.
All right, you're recording.
I am also recording.
All right. Well, we're just gonna have to live with it.
So what's going on is we're recording the stream, and if it's absolute trash, you'll be able to watch it later on YouTube
Yes.
when
Yes.
we upload it.
But hopefully it won't be, and please stick around.
Yeah.
Remember to comment.
Comment about how you're sticking around. One letter at a time.
Oh, stop it! Enough.
Subscribe.
Maybe,
Enough.
maybe as we go on for the rest of the night, the people that are clearly using the library internet to broadcast pornography or something will stop using it, and the internet will get better. So stick around.
Thanks for that
that.
charming comment.
It's a possibility, isn't it?
It is.
No, it isn't a possibility.
Okay.
We're not using the same internet. Sorry, everyone.
Okay,
Harry's
okay.
just a guttural person off camera, and he hasn't quite adjusted back into the live stream mindset. Anyway, shall we get back to it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I just beaten Tetsu up.
Yeah. So Tetsu had just grabbed your wounded shoulder. Kind of, you'd collapsed to the ground. You'd let go, and you'd said, "Yeah, all right, maybe I will bring back Seb to life, but maybe not. I don't know. You can run away at this point if you want."
I'm not gonna run. I'm safe here. You should be safe.
Are we bringing Steph back to life?
I have a plan. If we find someone smart, someone with real brains, maybe they can duplicate it.
I look over at Tumbleheart.
Hele will speak up at this point and say,
Please.
"It's been a number of days since he
Well, there you go.
We don't have time.
he didn't survive the fall from the tower. So it has been a while. We kept him here. I see this seems to be where the dog wanted him kept, and it is colder here, but I don't know what you're talking about, but if you want to leave him here with us, we will be burying him."
I don't.
We-
I don't know that. Okay, Harry, I would like to say
I know you're
don't
very
want
good,
to.
well done
I don't
character.
want to kill you.
How? We have to try, don't we?
Enod could execute us all for disobeying her.
What's the plant saying?
He's mumbling something in a dream about heavy rain.
Heavy rain. Oh god, there was only a conversation going on.
Can we?
Hold it out to the dog.
God no, it's a dog.
You see what he thinks.
It's
She
gonna
thinks.
bat it onto the ground or eat it or something.
I will say, you look over to the dog in the middle of saying that, and it's just been staring straight at you the entire time.
See?
Girl.
No, not in a good dog way.
In a bad way.
In
I mean,
a bad dog way.
you, regardless of your opinion of the dog, you can tell it is expectant of something from you.
I will give you a treat later.
Harry, you
look-
can roleplay
is
the
it-
dog here.
Is it looking at
It curls its lip.
how? How?
Not in that way, in the scary way.
Is it? How's it? Descending into the
I
depths.
appear to have grown much shorter.
Is it? Is the dog looking at me as if it's on my side? Does it? Do I get a feeling?
It's
like-
just looking at her.
But do I
like
feel-
it's angry now?
So do I feel an alliance with the pooch? It's a genuine question. I want to know whether or not it's staring at her to not do it or staring at her to do it.
The dog is staring at Herbabus, and Herbabus knows the dog
It wants me
you
to bring Steph back to life.
Well, then blood. Then what are we waiting for?
I'm going to see how Tumbleheart is doing. And I go over to
Sure, I mean, you're practically next to him, sure.
Have I let go of her?
yeah. And then the blood.
Oh, the blood ran down.
we have
Yeah.
nothing.
Sure.
I don't know how to tell if a plant is okay.
I mean, as I said before, there's a certain kind of slightly unhealthy darkness that's come to the tinge of some of his leaves, but I mean, he's moving, and you can see, you know, his kind of frond mouth is kind of flapping slightly.
I'm also missing like one of my vines.
One of your vines is just, torn off.
Shattered, I mean.
Yeah.
I think I look inside his
It's flat.
it's flat.
His frond.
His
You're just
frond.
like, so you, I guess that's the equivalent of like opening his mouth and staring
It's the
inside.
closest thing I have to his head, and I'm like, Tumbleheart.
Tumbleheart, you.
He dies.
Anyway, I will just say, just before you come to full consciousness, you have this fast fading recollection of a dream, wherein a great rain of quicksilver was drowning the jungle, and a wolf led you to shelter beneath a great and ancient tree.
A white wolf?
You can't perceive colour.
It was a dream.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you dream in person. You dream in Phaeton. Or you don't dream in human, you dream in Phaeton.
Do you see ultraviolet while you
That
dream?
fair enough. Okay. I'm going to choose that it was saffron.
Brilliant. I mean, you don't, colours mean nothing to you, but sure.
No, but it's just nice to think about these things. Okay, so
Do you mean saffron the spice?
A wolf, saffron the spice.
Spicy wolf.
What a spicy wolf. Sorry, a wolf led me to shelter from a rain of quicksilver that was drowning the forest.
Drowning the jungle.
Where am I? What happened? What was going on?
Your senses extend out. As before, you get an impression of this place,
Where's my?
as previously described.
Where are my pants?
Where's my urn?
It's next to you, and you do perceive the kind of busted up parts of your armour disconnected.
Oh, buggery.
Welcome back.
Did you kill Jesper? I think I got the amulet.
I think you got a lot of things, buddy.
I think the Esper killed us, mate. We need to bring Steph.
This is hell. We can't leave this cave.
We need to bring Steph. Sorry, I've just woken up myself. We need to bring Steph back to life. We have the elixir.
Rewind.
Steph is dead.
You do extend over, and you can you feel the outline of Stev, but no heartbeat or blood flow therein.
Oh, Steph. Well, we've got the elixir here, and I'll start
Going through
my
and
stuff.
She's got
severing
it.
out your parts. You can't find it there, but you do feel it in Herbaceous hand.
Ah. Well, I'll administer it.
Oh, me? No,
Unless you want to do it.
I don't want to do it.
Okay, then I'll do it.
Tumbleheart, you're a man of honor. You're a plant of honor.
Yes.
If Enoch specifically told me to use it on one person specifically, only one, no one else, would you break that promise?
I didn't care for Enoch.
I care for Enoch, and you care.
She was honestly quite rude. This
So glad.
like she made me go back to my room.
Are you saying you're a man who would
I'm not a man.
You're a plant who
I'm a
would...
plant.
You're a South Plant.
I know. We've all fallen. It's
But I'm
Seb's
trying to
fault,
get
but we're all trying to get better.
What's Seb's fault?
Just everything. And he calls himself he.
He's a fighter.
Yeah,
He doesn't.
Genders.
The genders of fleshlings are disgusting.
That
They have
that is accurate.
bits all over the place. They're
Yeah.
different. What the? Grotesque. Slice them off.
We can sit around here and play silly buggers all we like, okay? And we need to save our friend.
Let's save our friend. So, give me the potion.
Unless there's something you're not telling us.
I've laid it all out very simply. Enod gave me instruction, I'm going to follow it.
Can you give me a deception check?
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
kind
Yeah.
of...
Can I roll insight
Sustaining.
against that? This does seem to be getting a little bit...
Does Tumbleheart not trust her on this?
No, I don't think... Just because it's weird.
Yeah, give me insight then.
Yeah.
Minus 2
What's your modifier for deception?
charisma.
For deception?
For deception's +7.
Okay, so it's be +4 to the whole roll then.
Okay.
Because it's +7, -3, so +4.
I'm
You're on -4.
So, -3 total.
14.
-1.
No one has ever sounded more truthful.
Regardless of regardless of whether you trust her, she is confident in her words at least.
Yeah. Well, I believe what she's saying. I don't have to agree with the sentiment.
Yeah.
I interject.
Well, I'm just saying, her getting good on deception doesn't mean you have to believe her lies.
No.
It's just that the case that you can't perceive a kind of a weakness in them that reveals the
I
truth.
think I do believe it. I
Sure.
believe that Enod said it was just for her, but also
Just making sure.
Why not overrule that?
I'm a very trusting person, okay? I trust you.
Thank you.
Yes,
But I can't
Please
understand
stop saying
why.
that.
Why would, if we're going to be a group, I can't trust you if you're just gonna use this for yourself. We're supposed to work together.
I mean, I did tell you all when I first revealed it that
Yeah.
it was just.
That's what it was intended for, but sometimes, in the moment, the intentions of things have to be changed. We have to move towards a new objective.
It's true.
It's true.
Obstacles will
Obstacles will get in the way.
And if that's going to happen, we have to shift
But with
our
our
tactics.
super objective of killing this Esper,
I knew Steph better than
we have to
any
take
of
a
you.
series of actions.
I did.
That's true. You knew
I
Steph
did.
for like at least 5 more days than everyone else.
Then why aren't you saving him?
Oh, Bethel. Sorry.
This is not the time for this, Mavis.
That's not going to convince us.
He's a plant. They're a plant.
I knew Steph better than any of you, and he respected Enod more than he respected.
What, this is what you want? Yeah.
Look at that
Okay,
dog.
that is a fucking deception on disadvantage right there. He respected Enod so much that he would die. That's a hell of a sale. No, she just rolls deception. I'd say.
Not a 6.
6. Yeah, she doesn't even believe that. So
Don't make me grab your wound again. That sounds weird. Don't make me do it again.
can I just say I have no idea what anyone's talking about here.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, but we'll get to you in a second.
Right.
This is Kelly, and she's a great friend of mine and a great person.
Hello.
Yes.
It's an absolute pleasure. But
I planted you here. I hope the soil is to your liking.
how is the soil?
It's,
Oh, it's delectable, though.
I don't know what that means.
Very tasty.
No, I know what the word means. I don't know what that means to a fighter.
Well, I mean, it means the same thing, except we just would accurately describe soil as delectable in the same way you'd accurately describe the consumption of the flesh of other flora and fauna as
We've finally
delectable.
got flesh back into this.
Right.
So, what I'm saying is thank you, and thank you for everything you've done.
Yes, thank you, Ale.
Was he like this before?
Yes.
What
he's
lovely.
fine.
Well, good then. I just
what are you
consider there might have been some
insinuating?
lasting damage. Nothing.
Oh yeah, because you.
What?
We're getting distracted.
We're getting distracted.
No,
Let's save.
I think we should stay on this path. How are your leaves?
Let's listen.
There is a certain kind of unshakable feeling. So for you, it would be comparative to like something, you know, kind of prickly on the back of the neck. It's alien and uncomfortable and unshakable.
I don't feel great, but what
You're also exhausted.
What I am certain of is I feel a damn sight better than Steph.
He doesn't feel anything.
Yeah, maybe I'm thinking we should rejuvenate that feeling.
I'd like to detect technology on Ababus.
Okay. I mean, you can see her crazy hands.
Oh, was that what I noticed before?
I would say doing detect technology now, it dings out the little potion she's got, the little injector, and also gives you the kind of like slightly confused readings that come from her, but does kind of focus around the hands.
Around her hands. Okay. That's all.
Sure.
The dog's gonna get up
Yeah, the dog picks itself up.
and it's gonna walk very, very slowly directly at Herbavis.
All right.
Babies,
Dog is approaching.
the simple fact of the matter is that
I'm gonna do this.
I'm going to count down for the dog.
that by democratic vote,
We brought it.
which we invented, we are
think I
going to
invented it,
save Steph.
Perhaps we should get the vote of the entire Gula clan who saved
The
our
dog
lives.
has now got up to Herbabus. Is the dog doing anything?
The dog's gonna cast command.
Oh, sick.
yeah, boy.
What is the one word
Hello.
command?
Give.
Oh,
Okay, it's a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
Yeah, it is DC 13.
Please tell me what I'm minusing. I cannot do any numbers.
What is your
0.
wisdom save modifier? So you're -3 to this.
Thank you. 16?
Okay.
13 and 13.
16, sorry.
No, she scored a 16.
Oh, God,
Roll
damn it.
19. So the dog looked at you, and you're not sure if it's some inner compulsion, feelings of guilt towards Steph, but you do feel a strong pull to give this injector to the dog, but ultimately you resist.
You're very cute, I'm sorry.
listen. We, in our own
offensive.
small community, that we are, because let's be honest, we faced down an Esper together.
Did we kill it?
No,
You tell me.
we did not.
My last recollection was climbing a wall, being frozen to the wall, climbing a little higher, grabbing a thing, then being frozen in a more literal sense, and then nothing, and then I woke up planted in this delightful soil.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank
Do
you.
I just have the same number of spell slots as I had?
Yeah, you haven't gained any. Dog hasn't gained any spell slots. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just taking from when I left.
Oh, dog has had a long rest.
Oh, really? I mean, okay.
Yes,
fair enough.
because it's been 4 days.
Alright.
Oh, the god, that Esper will have gone to town on the forest.
We're wasting time.
The dog's gonna cast command again pretty soon.
Okay, sure. You can cast command now if you want.
It's gonna cast command.
I don't understand why you're doing
One
this.
second, I feel a compulsion.
Or do you?
Give me another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, it's gonna fail. Yeah.
You look at that dog and you resist for a while, but finally you give in and you hold out your palm with the injector in it
To the dog.
to the dog. I know it's quite ironic. It's kind of a reversal of roles, really.
It's like, give.
Give. Overthrow.
Leave it!
The dog taps Herbabus on the nose.
The dog is just gonna take it gently in its jaws
Okay.
and walk back to Steph.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Is the dog...
I will
Drop it
say,
on
I
Steph's
don't
chest
think-
And then turn around.
I don't think the dog is articulate enough.
Yeah, it's
to-
dropping it on the chest.
Okay.
The dog is not
Drops
going
it.
to do like the thing from what's it called and just turn around.
The
and
thing
look at
from what's it
everyone.
called, Harry?
From every like medical drama when they go like.
Oh right, so does every medical drama have a dog saving someone's life with an injection of
There's one
adrenaline?
film
Depends if you
about
count
it.
Lassie as
Anyway,
Right,
okay, sure. So it drops it into the kind of recess between your crossed arms. Just kind of
turn
rolls
around.
that side.
Go on, Tumbleheart.
You made the right decision.
I didn't know what I don't know what I just did.
Thank
Well, you were overcome by a compulsion to give it the dog.
Thank you so much.
You can
Herbabus.
rationalise that emotional,
Okay.
action any way you like.
I understand your resonance.
I'll give you guys what's it called? What's it called when you got like two things? You have one thing or the other thing.
A catch-22.
Ultimatum.
Catch-22 is when you can't win.
You can keep this potion, or I will stay with you.
Wait, hang on.
It's me or the potion.
But then, so you're saying it's
So
you or
you're Steph.
Well, he's already dead.
Yeah, but he could not be.
We don't even know. Maybe it's been too long. Maybe it'll be wasted.
We have to at least try.
Can I do some kind of... It's an ether artifact, right?
Almost as certainly. I mean, if it can bring someone back to life, it's beyond the abilities of mortal folk.
Yeah, then... Can I do some kind of like history or...
It'll be Arcana to understand ether
I think I might
objects.
have already done this on this then.
I
This,
think I did.
Yeah.
Can I do it? I don't think I've
You
done
did do an Arcana check
Okay.
before on it before. Lucky didn't tell you about this kind of stuff. Although, I mean,
Bloody lucky.
I was wondering if I actually...
given your,
Can I ask
I'll
my
let you
new
make another
friend?
check. Actually, given time to rest, dream. I mean, it would have been in your subconscious, so perhaps it bobbed up in your dreams and certain pieces of information. I will let you make another.
What's my new friend called again? That's in my head.
Aguilar.
Oh,
Anguish.
Sorry, it's
Agwix.
Anguix.
Anguix.
Anguix. Anguix.
Cool. Head friend. I'm gonna call him.
I was actually wondering more if I can do like a history check to know if there's like any recorded instances of
Resurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a history check. -4 to this, by the way.
Oh, then 9. No, then
6, mate.
6,
If it's
11.
I was thinking 6, but upside down.
Jesus. Yeah, your head is foggy. As I said before, you don't recall Lucky tutoring you in these such things.
11 on that history check.
11. I mean, there's legends about resurrection. Sure. I mean, there's legends about immortal beings. Heilung, famous immortal character of and some stories people come back to life, but there's nothing kind of concretely historical, so far as you're aware. Talks of resurrection are too old, so far as you recall.
Dog casts command again on her babies.
How many? Is it a second or first level spell?
First level spell.
Okay, what's the word this time?
I think the word's going to be save.
Save. You can interpret save how you like.
I know.
No, she gets to interpret save.
Yeah.
Right, if you had the sensation to save, what would you do? Just want to establish this before you... Sorry? Before you roll, I just want to establish what interpretation of save.
No, it's very
would be.
difficult because I'm now obviously trying to think of ways to work around it, but I don't know what my first natural instinct would be now because I've fucked it up. Yeah, fuck it, I didn't check down. Okay.
Alright, do the check.
Would I? Or would I want to save myself?
The thing is, it is a concept, not a word that the dog is delivering.
It's generally a concept. I mean, it's a word and a concept.
Yeah,
dare I say.
but it's the dog can't speak, so yeah.
No, I know.
Woof.
Okay, what concept is being put into my mind?
Save. To save.
To save the verb.
Save yourself. Save.
That's the action.
That didn't count.
No, okay, so you have to save something if you fail. You may succeed.
I won't succeed. Is it a -3, -4?
What's your wisdom mod?
0.
So, -3.
So I've got a 0.
Okay. Your dog is making good use of this weakness of the people here. I mean, I like it.
I think we should save it.
Sick.
No.
Absolutely.
I was actually gonna. Can I?
You haven't picked it back up.
Can
yet,
I partially
but
interrupt that because I was going to say if she starts heading towards it, I'm extending my coil.
You haven't
and
moved
picking
towards it.
up.
You've given it to the dog, put it on the chest. But all you said is, I think we should save it, and that's brilliant. So you could definitely have inspiration for that. Although I notice you've covered your inspiration with the PC part sticker.
Did I get inspiration for my dream?
I give it to him because he was first, so he jumped in. I don't know, because otherwise everyone could exploit it and everyone could get one just like, oh, I dream about a boat, something. I'd be like, well, okay.
Can I have inspiration for a dream which predicted my death very, very specifically?
But also the dog putting the thing on your chest!
Retroactive inspiration.
I definitely just peeked the mic, sorry.
So I think I have to actually. That's too good.
That's so
Yeah, fine. You can have inspiration.
Yeah, thank you.
If ducks show up in the thing, you'll get some.
I would.
Or perhaps you're all still dreaming.
I'm going to extend my coil and pick it up.
Okay. So you just said perhaps you're compelled to save this object.
That's not yours.
No, it's Steph's. I love Jeff.
That was cool. That was cool.
Okay. I mean, how's Hibabus reacting to that? You like, no, you dive in the way and get ejected off the stage. Do you do anything in the split-second moment?
I think I'm frozen in place waiting to see if it worked.
Okay.
Oh, what happened? It's not going to work. It's going to do. Why are there rolls involved in this? There should not be rolls involved in this.
That's just bullying, to be honest. Okay, you put it in, and for a second nothing happens, and then there's a slight faint gurgling as this kind of syrupy red crimson liquid begins to go through. Given that you've just injected it through a series of bandages, you don't see it go anywhere at first, but then a kind of creeping red illumination of Stev's veins begins to crawl up his exposed head. It's quite a grisly sight, this kind of almost glowing red vein illumination against his grey skin. Looks definitely uncomfortable, and then it spreads through the veins, and then it kind of blooms under the skin, and his whole form begins to turn this rather strong shade of crimson. And you see steam begin to come off the body and sweat pour from the pores. And indeed, as quiet as this place is, you can hear quite faintly and a rapidly beating heartbeat that gets worryingly fast as Stev's body begins to shudder and jerk in its bindings.
Oh God.
As steam and sweat is just pouring off of this thing. It's like looking into a sauna. Until the heartbeat settles down to a normal pace. And the steam clears, and you can see kind of some of the bandages have come loose with the writhing. There appears to be a breathing. Stev, you've just regained 6 hit points. You are conscious.
The boy lives!
Oh God. Okay. 6 hit points.
We're back, baby!
Yeah, baby.
Am I, when you say conscious, awake conscious?
Yeah, you're awake. You're on 6 hit points. You're awake.
I would like to say
What
that
do I, what, like, how awful do I feel?
So you look over, he is like emaciated, like the fat and kind of water has just been sucked out of him. So he looks very gangly. You can see just all of his ribs up his side. As he kind of slowly gets, yeah, it's like when you have these, beefcake types like Henry Cavill who dehydrate, but if they had 0 muscle.
Sexy. It's like Henry Cavill with 0 muscle.
So you've perhaps lost a bit of roundness to your head as your cheeks have kind of sunken in somewhat.
I'm gonna just groan.
And the last thing. Well, here you go. You're quite lucky. You've aged 1 year. So if you just want to add in another year.
Why have I aged 5?
What?
How many have I aged?
No.
I haven't aged.
No.
Why did I age 5?
Do you want me to tell you in game or as a DM? Because you did watch your life force being leached out of you.
When he was like,
Yeah, it was like, and it was lightning arcing off you and like.
Steph doesn't know how old he is, so.
No. I mean, I think it's a change so minor that no one really notices, given your more apparent physical change. But you are starving and thirsty right now, more than anything.
What's fine?
I'm fucking hungry.
We'll
Need some goodies.
Well, there he is.
Helle is just like,
bastard.
I have seen a miracle.
Yeah.
What is this?
And then before, like,
the
the
word.
minute I saw Steph was alive, I'm gone.
You're running out of it?
I'm not running, I am stalking away.
Okay, you're trying to.
Can I?
Are you trying to do it so no one else notices?
No, I'm not sneaking.
Okay, you just notice that Babies is walking back and kind of heading towards the kind of the shallow entrance. You will have to crawl out of this place.
Her babies.
Yeah, it's not as
Babies.
dignified as I would like, but it's gonna happen.
Her babies.
I'm going.
Her
babies.
babies.
Is there,
Her babies.
is there water in the area?
Her babies.
Yes, you can hear the thin trickle of a stream.
Babies.
Perhaps you
I'm
crawl
just
over to like
crawling
lick
towards
it.
that.
Her
You
babies.
start drinking from it, and then as kind of your lips, lose their dryness. You perhaps notice there is a kind of a small clay cup has been put where this thing trickles out of a kind of small hole in the wall, and you kind of pull yourself between stalactites and stalagmites and pick this thing up and drink.
Can
You
I
feel
can I
considerably
extend my coil to
Let a lady leave.
I don't know how else to put this, but like gently grapple her babies. Like I don't wanna like try and yank her back, but just to sort of like put the plant equivalent of like a firm hand on the wrist.
Okay. I mean, you can give me athletics versus athletics or acrobatics if you want to. Do you want to? You can choose to fail this though if you want to be.
As this is happening, can I say you're not going to get very far, her babies?
I will say perhaps it's relevant. Given you are with the Agula tribe, you only came to know these people because you were stranded from your adventuring party and didn't have a means to make it through the jungle alone. So that might be relevant to your
I
circumstance.
feel very safe. 13. 13.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. So it just
You guys
grabs.
enjoy
It's
it.
not wrenching
20,
your arm off
20.
or anything, but it does kind of slowly, but assuredly, coil around your wrist as you're kind of reaching the entrance and going to crouch
I
down.
don't turn around to look at them and I just say, let go.
Sorry, let me finish my
Okay.
pinball. Babies, we brought him back to life. It's a miracle.
I've seen what it is, now let go.
Where are you going?
That is an important question. Where are you going, Babies?
Hell, I am not leaving you. I just need to leave here for a moment.
This place is not a refuge. We're here out of desperation.
But is the tribe not like around?
Well, they're here, but no, you've seen the tribe. I mean, what do you mean?
Just gonna go chill with the tribe, right?
The jungle is falling apart. We don't want more mouths to feed. Hey, Babies, you're not welcome back here.
What?
We have tended to your friends out of a loyalty to you, but you can't stay.
But there are people I want to see.
Then see them and gather with your companions and go.
I don't think we are companions anymore.
We are right here.
We are starving, Hababus. I'm not here to lend you a place to have refuge as you sulk in the face of miracles.
Hella, you know I can help you if
Look over
you're
at Steph's
suffering.
just like,
Babies, we are charged
Such a lie.
to kill that Esper. Apparently, we failed.
I failed on 2 accounts then.
Then we're going to have to try again. Now you can go out on your own and die, or we can rest up a bit, go out together, and maybe not die.
what's Mavis looking so bloody angry about? Oh, you baby! Are you feeling better?
Do you know that you died?
No, I've got no idea.
This is incredible. What do you remember last?
Do I remember last?
So I will say now that you're moving around, you do notice drinking this, you kind of look and go, huh, you're missing 2 fingers. You have just a nice, clean, circular cut that's just gone through them, and looking down, you do see, it's a rather nice circular bores in my chest.
Did that fucking dog bite my fingers off? And I turned to stare at the dog.
You don't think a dog's bite would do this cleaner slice. I mean,
Dog.
yeah, but you have essentially it's been instantly cauterized.
I think I would look at the dog, and the look in the dog's eyes would immediately persuade me that something more serious.
Yeah. The dog, despite the fact that its eyes are pure black, rolls them.
Steph, you were dead.
No, I bloody weren't. How am I talking to you then, you fucking idiot?
Because we used an Easter artifact to bring you back.
Did I know about that?
Yeah,
You told
I know
everyone about it?
Yeah.
Wait, what? What happened on that? With the Esper?
I think we. Why do I always go into your accent?
I
think we lost.
I do remember something pretty fucking bad happening.
We saw you struck, and you look over this person you don't recognise, and you fell from the ruin you were atop.
Which would remind me how tall?
It's like,
It's a tower block, right?
yeah.
Okay.
You were caught, and she indicates to Babanenya. You were caught by
Oh my god, I forgot.
our elder, but
And you're saying her
she's fallen.
baby
ill.
saved me
No.
with her artifact.
No.
I like how he offers you an olive branch, and you go no.
Yes. She's too proud to admit it, but yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you, Abavis. And I just sort of like run towards her, and I just like try and give her a hug.
You better make your life worth it.
Yeah, I suppose I can try. This is really sweet.
So were you kind of like your emaciated limbs slowly kind of like
I don't let him hug me.
Okay.
What's in the
Have you let go of her baby's wrist at this point?
I think at this point I'll give it like a gentle little squeeze and then let it go. Like
Oh, Mike, you got them, kid.
you got it.
I want to go over and take the empty syringe.
Sure. I mean, yeah, just kind of. I guess as you just got up, it kind of fell out and rolled on the floor.
Just like
You pick it up. Indeed, there's none of this substance left inside of it. It's now just a clear glass cylinder with 2 brass ends, and the needle appears to have retracted.
Am I allowed to keep this?
Of course.
What about my sword, my bow? Would you like to take them too?
No, this.
No, I just wanted to save Steph. I'm very glad you did.
Steph's not laughing. He's probably crying a little bit.
Yeah.
He's probably too dehydrated to cry.
Well,
Yeah. The water hasn't quite got to the tear ducts yet.
However, we just witnessed a moment of history. I need to go write this down.
I will say. I mean, you have seen the dead come back to life. This is legendary.
got all the lines. This.
Legendary
really
verse.
okay.
Sorry.
It's meant to be me.
It was meant to be. I just want to ask,
not
if
meant
it
to
was
be
meant to be
you.
used on you, like
I
how
didn't
would,
want to use it on myself.
how's it going to be used
wasn't meant to
after
be used on
you
you.
died?
I haven't said this out.
Yeah, I know.
I'm using my shadow.
Alright.
You'd be, okay, yeah, sure,
No,
sure.
no, I mean, it was, she said it was for me.
No, I
I
know.
was going to use. I can't.
Okay.
I
She
can't.
did.
I'm confused.
You'll never know now.
You never know.
Might be more of it.
Sure, there'll be, I think there's loads of these knocking about somewhere.
Oh, I know those. Lucky I had a whole crate of them in the back.
Let's go!
Liam,
Yo.
fight and writing I know is sort of like implanting.
So they engrave into kind of stone
Right.
monoliths these grooves, and then they fill them with varieties of moss. So it's a kind of it's a multi-dimensional text, essentially.
Okay.
Both the shape of the groove, the depth of it, and also the moss across them kind of forms 3 dimensions of the text. So it's very information dense.
My question is, how does a fighting take notes?
You get a
Small.
stone chisel and a hammer, and you slowly put the grooves in, and then you slowly plant the kinds of moss you want to grow there.
I will. I have one of my tools is an engraver's kit. Does that constitute?
Yeah, that means you. That doesn't mean. I don't know if you have an engraver's kit on you. Do you?
What's from what it says?
Is it proficiency or?
Oh no, you're right. Sorry.
Yeah, you know how to use engraver's tools, but you don't have them on your person.
I'll just turn to Hele and so what I need from you
Such a fucking nerd.
is something to chisel with, a fairly dense stone with what we would call high tensile strength.
He wants parchment and ink.
No, I do not.
I don't.
Someone else can write it down.
I don't
that
think-
will take years.
I don't think. Look,
Saying it would take years is to you like saying it will take days. Like yeah, and
I don't think. We can write it down later, can't we?
No. What if we all die? You have no idea what this means to me.
Okay.
I need a heavy stone, a significantly larger dense stone, and some kind of durable, sharp instrument. And
kind of-
then some seeds.
yeah. I mean, I will say you don't have to hand the very specific
This episode.
kinds of varieties of moss that would allow you to do this, but you could begin doing this.
I would like to begin so that if I die, another fighter might finish my work.
Sure. It's kind of like handing someone a paragraph and they only have the first letter of every word and they have to put it together, but sure.
Yes, I understand that, but I figured better than nothing.
She will just kind of look to her Babus angrily and say, there's plenty of stars outside, but I don't know what it is you're talking about. But I'm going to leave. And then she begins to slowly make her way out of here.
Hello, wait.
Thank you.
What?
You seem angry with me.
Yes.
You came to us and saved our lives.
Yes.
You didn't have to. You can't be angry with us for that.
So why are you angry for his life being saved?
Snap.
And I guess she leaves on that zinger. I don't think I
She's
can call it
had
myself.
zingers.
I don't think myself can call it a zinger. Actually, that's a bit arrogant.
It was, but I
Leaves
what
on
was
that,
the,
full
What
stop.
was the other zinger that you said that was phenomenal?
What?
I can't remember.
Something about I can't remember.
While you sulk in the face of miracles.
I'm full.
Yeah, well, she seems pissed off right now.
I've never upset a friend in my whole life.
Well, sure. I mean, you've got 3 other potential friends here. I mean, 4, including the catatonic Baba and Enya. So,
And dog.
and dog, yeah, 6.
And I assumed he was counting my dog.
No, sorry, 5. What am I saying? Sorry. Okay.
Well,
You are left with yourselves and a comatose person.
Wait, who's the comatose person?
Baba and Enya is catatonic.
You meant me.
No, not you. You die again.
Shortly.
I think my time's up.
Amazing.
Anyway, what are you doing?
Sure, there's good eating in it.
Oh, don't. It's gonna happen anyway, isn't it?
Everyone dies.
Sorry, at risk of dominating, so where I've been talking a lot, but I'm currently sort of semi-plugged in to the mushrooms.
There's no plants here.
The mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean, fungi are not
Different
the ones. Like, no, I mean, it's like
They're the
same
party
language,
animals
same
of
language,
the-
different dialect, very different clique.
Very different clique.
I'd say they're the
can't
party animals
wait
because
to
they're
hear their
all
answer.
guys.
I feel like we wasted that.
Yeah, I know.
Could have done much better.
Fungi are notoriously difficult to get any information out of.
And now I need to see you do this.
No, not in the sense that, like, I mean, they may just like not pick up your call, as it were, rather than being like talking around the issue.
They leave it to voicemail.
Yeah, they let it run to voicemail.
Like an archer. If anyone's... No one.
Yeah, just reference a better show.
I think it's a good show.
I like that. Is there?
No, I'm
is
saying
this-
Archer's a better show than this.
Oh. Not at all.
Is this Liam saying don't plug in?
No,
Or
I'm just saying.
is
I'm
this-
saying that this is the DM saying that you, as a Fightan, will know that you're going to have a hard time getting anything at all out of what little fungus there is here.
Okay, but now I have to try.
Right. It does take 10 minutes,
Yep.
and you're in the middle of I don't know, I would say a somewhat heated conversation, perhaps.
You're just gonna wander off.
I'm already plugged in. I'm just in there.
That's true. If you never pulled yourself out, I suppose you are still plugged in.
Out, so I'm not gonna like. Also,
Okay.
there's no clear indicator that I'm.
I would say, okay, so being in the soil, you have not connected to any other collective
Okay.
consciousness.
Oh, all right then. Then I will not do that.
Her
I
babies.
wanted to hear the mushrooms.
I want to hit the mushrooms.
Later on, we'll get to mushrooms.
Her babies.
That's when the fun really begins.
I'm really sorry.
But you're not, though.
No, I am.
No, you're happy he's alive. You made the right call in your eyes. Why are you sorry?
I'm sorry that I grabbed you and hurt you, and I'm sorry that it had to come to that. Look, I think we're all a really good team, even though we all died. Forgetting that, we were so close.
Putting that behind us, we're really good at fighting.
Putting that behind us. If some idiot hadn't tried to shoot at the prism instead of the Esper, forget about that. I think we can bring it back. Bring it back. And I start a chant. Bring it back. Bring it back.
No, I'm
Bring-
not.
Yeah.
Stop tapping the table.
The dog is just
Sorry.
like, no.
Dog does it? No.
The dog is a bit too dignified.
But I am sorry, and I think we're all a good team, and that's why we needed our member.
I will say, you have only made it through the jungle like this because of
What role
Steph.
do I play?
Steph, you're the one who has the survival technique to get through the jungle.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
everyone
why
here would
we
be
need
lost
you.
and have starved to death.
He's got a bow and a surprisingly round head.
Perfect.
What? I don't think nobody's ever been so nice to me before.
I don't think anybody's ever brought me back from the
And
dead.
I just try and hug you and you at the same time. Try and draw you into a big conciliatory hug. I don't understand why you're fighting. Why are Mummy and Daddy fighting?
We're not the fight then.
Hey.
Great.
Really
I think Steph is closer to the father, given he's a kind of Homer-esque character with the round head and the
Yeah, these
rather
also got
happy-go-lucky
quite a
attitude.
childlike attitude in a lot of ways.
So does
As
Homer.
does Homer.
Right.
Well, I mean, if we
I
use
was
the
thinking
Simpsons
ancient Greek
as-
poet, actually, not a Simpsons
Oh,
character.
get out of here.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I get hugged by-
composition.
yeah, you get hugs.
I'm really happy that Steph's back.
Yeah.
But I'm very conscious of her babies.
All I know is that you took the most precious item I've ever had away from me. You've damaged the one friendship I have on this earth. And I don't know where we stand now.
Not yet, we haven't.
I mean, you have.
Oh, Hele.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry about that.
Who did you think I was talking,
Talking about Enoch.
This
I thought you were
man.
talking about Enoch.
Yeah, no, my bad.
But hey,
She's just your boss.
we're all.
Never be friends with your boss.
I thought we were all friends.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think we are bound together in this.
We've freed ourselves. We freed ourselves from our bonds. I'm really sad.
Yeah.
We came so close.
If we go in with a plan,
And we go in with a plan, and now we know we shouldn't start by talking to it.
Yeah, that's
We
what's
also-
up with that.
stupid idea.
We also know we also know we shouldn't shoot the prism instead of the Esper.
We also know we shouldn't grab.
We shouldn't grab
the
the prism.
So let's
Now,
go
if
through
we-
these rules one more time. We shouldn't speak to them. We shouldn't grab the prism, or we shouldn't shoot the prism.
Yes. But think about it. Think about if we'd gone into that fight without doing any of those things. With the exception of grabbing the prism, because I think the jury's still out on that one. If we hadn't done any of those things.
I will say, it is as if the world beneath you opened up when you grabbed this thing. It was a fairly terrifying experience, and something therein looked back at you. I mean,
The thing is,
Jury's out.
I think the jury's out on this one.
I think in
looking
the
into the abyss
stages
and then looking back at me, I could do it again.
in the stages of grief, Tomahawk's definitely in denial right now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
So look,
We got another crack at that Esper.
Who even knows if we do?
We
but
could take him down.
we should. Together.
If it wasn't for the Agula, we would all die.
Yes. But now we've learned a lesson, and thankfully they were here, so next time we won't need them.
The lesson we learned is that we do not work well together.
Well,
I think things are going pretty well till you started
died.
shooting the rock.
don't look at me. I believe
I
was
looks out of the ground and just
I believe I was frozen solid at that point.
staring into the
Also,
abyss.
where's my vine?
Yeah, we cut that off.
No.
But anyway, I think we could. Well, look, we can't force you to stay. Okay, but the only person that can keep us alive in this goddamn jungle, we had to revive. So you can go off by yourself if you want, but I think we're stuck together.
Babies.
By
Babies, I wouldn't want you to go get, eaten up by something in the jungle after you saved me.
Yeah.
Come on, let me, find you something nice to eat. Have a nice dinner. We'll go for a little walk. We'll go and. This isn't a date. I meant as a group.
But we can hang back.
yeah, we'll walk behind.
We'll talk it over. You'll be all right in the end, right? Sure.
God,
Yeah.
I'm really loving Steph this episode.
Steph's quite literally got a new lease of life.
Guys, I have something to say. We need to go north.
North.
I don't know what. Whilst I was sleeping for a very long time, I've just got this. I've had a vision, and we need to go north.
You had a vision of what?
You, actually. You walked into water.
Silver water, you may recall.
Silver water.
Doesn't sound very like me.
Well, it didn't sound like me either, but I jumped in as well and drowned.
It's Hedgegrove North.
No. Hengegrove is sorry, Grovehenge is.
Sorry, I knew I was going to do it. I tried
Yeah,
so
I was
hard.
like, is that sound right? Grovehenge is westward. You don't know where you are, though. Actually, I should say. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
You don't know where it is.
Oh yeah, no,
relative to your
that's
position.
fair, sorry.
Sorry, it's like
no,
people behind the screen there.
My bad.
We
We have to go north.
look. Last time I went to a place, we found the Esper. I think we have to go there again, and this is probably our chance of getting it.
We can trust that. Listen,
He had a dream and we're gonna go north because of that.
Hibabus, when I grabbed that amulet, I saw something big and dark and scary, and it saw me.
And I guess we should hide.
I don't know if that's a possibility anymore. So I'd much rather remove it from the equation. I say we go north.
We know the north. Happy to go there again.
So at this point, you can barely stand. By the way, your legs are like.
I'm
falling
around.
No, you hugged them, but now you're just draped over them, like you're just like.
One hit point, like
I've got the dog that I'm leaning on.
Yeah, like using like a walking stick.
We're ready to go!
You think perhaps you might need to recuperate here for at least a day.
I've got more hit points than actually all of them put together right now.
But you still have only just come back from the dead, meaning you are on a -4 to all attack checks and
look,
saving throws.
let's have a rest. Well, it's up to all of us. We've all got free will here. Like,
What do we?
or do we? Are we bound to the plot? No. Look, I think we should rest and then go north. And Babis, if you want to join us, and
I would like to make it clear that you are all joining me. Enid gave me this quest, and she assigned you to help me.
Yes,
And you've all fucked up.
we are all helping you in your quest north.
I don't like that patronizing tone.
I have one tone. And I'm afraid it is patronizing. But as you might have heard from your conversations with other Phytons, it's a genetic thing.
I honestly don't know what she's going to do with you when we get back and we tell her what's happened.
Well, if we come back with the head of the Esper,
She might take yours too.
I don't really have one.
It's
I have a
metaphorical.
frond.
and we're all Franz.
Are you finally leaving this quiet cave so I can change the goddamn backing music? Or
Yeah, I thought we were resting.
Was this supposed to
Sure.
be like
That long, I
the
haven't
first
had before.
30 minutes of the live?
I thought this might be the
I
first
haven't
hour.
This has been good content.
Yeah, good content.
Good
Who cares? Anyway, I would say at this point that you leave perhaps this quiet cave to. Well, you may stay here to rest in this soil.
Is the cave soil based all the way through?
No, so it's basically just at the centre of it because people over generations have come in with muddy feet. It's built up a very thin layer that you can't get into.
Oh, I'm with you. Okay. Yeah, no, I'll go out with them.
Okay. So going out, you kind of limp through this cave.
You taking your stuff? Take your hand.
Yeah, I'm just waddling on my vines, carrying my own.
Like someone's been fired with the cardboard box coming out. Right. So you come up to you see the kind of the mess of these two piles of bat wrappings from Tetsu and Hibabus. Hibabus's clothes and equipment, and so on across the other side, and you can see out of this cave mouth into the light of midday. You see a few of these Agula tribe who you two haven't seen before, and you only got kind of blurry glimpse of. As I say before, similar to Agula, they have these patterns of trees and roots and branches upon them. You can't see that many here. They're kind of coming and going. And some of them appear to be hanging up fish on kind of wooden racks to dry in the hot sun. But yeah.
Do I recognise any of them? Do I recognise
Yeah, you'll recognise some of them from before.
Is Helle here?
You can't see Helle currently.
I go up to the nearest one and ask where she is.
Okay. So as you get one, are you all coming with her, or? I mean, you're still very tired. You can basically stay within this cave, or you can go outside. And
I mean, I'd like to find a place to rest. I think I'm
well, you were in a good place to rest before, so
Okay, then
very,
I'll go
very
well.
good.
I'm
I'll just go well.
You look at the cave mouth and like look out. So I will say, for those of you going out, just to preempt it, you're kind of in this area where these kind of the stone formation here forms almost 3 walls with an opening that leads into the jungle, and there's kind of a lot of loose pebbles from the ground here, so it's quite comfortable to walk upon. But I guess you just look out and see the sheet of pebbles and be like, well, you know, the people, whatever.
You know, I'll catch up with you guys in a bit, and I waddle back in.
You go back in and just kind of try to root while looking at this catatonic Enya. Anyway, the rest of you have gone out. If Stev follows behind Hababus, when they look to him, they're like, kind of stop backing off as you get closer.
He was having a very long nap.
I'm not playing along with that one.
They're not saying anything, they're just kind of looking between you and Stev.
She saved my life.
I don't know why I'm getting credit for this.
Hababus, your hands, do they...
And I realized for the first time that I'm not wearing any gloves.
Yeah. So you see these freaky hands.
Freaky hands.
Have you returned this man from the dead?
He has indeed been brought back from the dead.
Can you do it again?
I wish. I had the capabilities, but they took it from me.
What? Can you do... Can it... I'm sorry, I'm just gonna walk away.
I will put my gloves on.
Sure. You
Line
go back
up
and you
and
go...
gloves, baby.
I mean, you can put your other equipment on as well, like, or do you just put the gloves on?
Loincloth
Just
and
gloves and a loincloth.
That's starting character, really. Like an RPG where you find some leather gloves.
Do you put your...
No, I put everything
Okay,
on
cool.
there.
Right, I mean, it takes a while with your chainmail, which does have a few holes in it now. But, yeah. I say you all get kitted up.
Yeah.
My armor's broken.
What?
My armor is broken.
Your armour is broken in enough places that it's not functional as plate
Okay,
anymore.
I'll take my AC down.
I think it should be 9 now.
9 plus a shield.
Okay, 11 then.
So I'm actually, yeah. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
So I just sort of shout from back, like, no one here's a smith, are they?
Again, you're in a room that diffuses sound. No one hears you, except for the catatonic person. It's just they're like...
I don't think I necessarily know that none of them hear me.
Okay,
So
sure.
I'll
Are you
sleep
going
now.
to sleep, should I say?
I'm going to sleep.
Sure. I will say, as you go back in, you root in, you go to sleep. One sec. As you're slowly getting to drift off, Enya begins to slowly pick herself up.
Oh. Hello, ma'am.
But she stumbles, too weak, and instead just kind of in increasingly creepy silence, with the lever open, begins to claw her way across the mud towards you through the soil.
Can I extend my coil and just sort of gently help her?
I mean, you don't have enough strength to lift up a human on your own right now, I don't think. But you can reach out and be like helping her if you want, but I mean, given her weight, you can't lift her up.
No, I meant more like kind of like trying to, as she is trying to struggle to her feet. Like,
Sure.
Just keep her upright.
Okay. Sure, you can't lift her upright, but she just kind of crawls her way towards you slowly and almost kind of drapes at your feet. Kind of just lies there.
Can I help
Unmoving.
Do you need something from me? I'll just sort of like gently lift her head up.
As you go to touch her, she will... and will say, excuse me one sec. Okay. His gaze is upon you! You must blind your third eye before his servants find you. They are coming!
How do I do it? Tell me how to blind my third eye.
I cannot show you. You are already asleep. You have a series of very creepy nightmares
Okay.
as she slowly just melts away as there's this room, and you realise you're already dreaming.
Oh man. Oh.
Throughout your nightmares, you do hear this voice repeat a phrase to you. Your third eye must be blinded before you wither and die under the gaze of the black sun. And that's S-U-N, not S-O-N, by the way.
The history on the black side?
Sure. And this is a trip, by the way. This is a kaleidoscope of horrible scenarios that you're going through.
Given that I'm asleep, do I still take the negative 4?
I will say you don't.
26.
26.
Whoa.
Black Sun, yes, you do have some recollections about this. It is a title. Interestingly, you notice that its placement in history is used as an alternative title in avoiding the actual name of someone.
Right.
But it comes up in spotty parts of history in reference to some sinister force at work across Cud, and rocks up kind of in many different centuries. The purpose is unknown to the consortium, but they do, at some point, you recall some texts make a connection between the Esper cults, the Seekers of the Sightless Way, and this Black Sun.
Okay.
And I will say also, Seekers of the Sightless Way are a group of Espers that live within, a conclave of Espers that live within Cud, and are generally kind of benign. They don't, they keep to themselves, but historically, when they do act against other societies, it's usually for some insidious purpose.
Okay. And third eye?
Third eye, yeah, third eye is a very common reference to psychic ability. Third eye is very, very commonly used to mean that you are psychically awoken, or someone with a third eye is psychically awoken, or kind of everyone has a third eye in terms of your potential to be. Sorry, I'm phrasing this badly. Everyone has a third eye,
Yeah.
supposedly, which is your psychic potential. If you have an open third eye, your psychic potential is awoken.
Right.
Blinded, you can maybe piece together this idea of cutting your psychic potential,
Okay.
ceasing to be psychically active at all.
Right.
Which there are perhaps spotty references to historically, but yeah, nothing that you can really go off of.
All right.
Sure. I know. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that more or less. You can ask a few more questions if you want, but yeah. Anyway, the rest of you have been resting for a few days.
Good lord.
Is it safe to say I have no curse points?
Yes, at this point, you will have. Yeah, you almost certainly will have no curse points unless you were incredibly lucky. So we'll just say you have no curse points.
So was that? Did you just say long rest? My brain.
Yeah, long rest. Everyone has had a long rest. Anyway, I can swap to a slightly different.
We have done things over those few days.
Steps back on
You're very weak, but what is it you're doing? You've seen the Agula tribe come and go. Occasionally, you kind of catch moments of kind of, I don't know, worry between them, and you can see that food is scarce. Indeed, some of the children here are getting some of the younger children are kind of getting emaciated and just kind of crying from hunger.
Can I say that I'm
the shadow of this
doing
place.
what I can to
You're very weak.
Yeah, but just to I'll go look at that tree, follow this, whatever, see if...
That will put you at risk,
Okay.
given how weak you
I ain't
are.
gonna put myself at risk.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind
Children
of...
can fucking starve.
So far, we brought you back. What about water for them? They got.
What?
What about water? They got.
So they do. You think they have perhaps supplemented themselves a bit with your water, given that you had a fair amount. But some of them appear to be making lengthy trips to the nearby river to fetch salt water for solar stills that they have here. But they're scraping by more than anything. Given they have, and I will say, you've occasionally gone out and kind of seen the terrain. as I say, you're in this area where these kind of stony outcroppings form these kind of 3 walls. And this place is referred to as the Quiet Wall by the Agula. It's in the kind of northeast of the Cud jungle. Looking out, it looks kind of neatly across the jungle. It slightly rises above it, and you can see there are these areas of kind of wilting, these patches of wilting across the trees. In some places, you kind of occasionally perhaps hear the distant sounds of conflict. Stev, I will say, although perhaps you don't venture into the jungle, you do notice there is a worrying quiet. It seems to only ever so slightly ratchet up each day, as if kind of there is a kind of an absence of fauna and insects and so on. Like the animals are trying to leave this place.
Total lack.
Not total silence, but there is a scarcity.
Because I can hear quite a lot of crickets.
Yeah, great. Thanks. I'll get the, ambience without the cricket sound next time. These are things you notice.
Yeah.
From where you are, you can look kind of southeastwards and see the gloomy kind of spires of the Deathlands. Not that far away. This is certainly a place that's a bit too close to Deathlands for comfort. And you do see perhaps a few kind of glimmering chrome peaks of some furtive Eta ruins northwards that kind of are part of the rising mountains of the Black Shelf that way. So, is there anything particular you do over these course of these days, or have we more or less covered that?
No, I think...
I might ask one of the...
Do you ever venture outside of this?
Yeah, once I
Okay.
feel like I'm probably between rests, give myself enough time to recoup.
It's been a day or two since you first awoke, so you're not down. You haven't got rid of that -4. It's gone to -3, -2 now. We'll say it's been 2 days. You're now at -2 modifier. Do you ever leave the cave?
Oh, yeah, in that time. Like, I'll rest up as much as possible, but I do also want to question...
Every time you leave the cave, you feel you feel as if someone is staring at you, but you cannot see from where, and there is no...
Then I go straight
corner
back
you can
in
go
that
to.
cave.
Okay.
Boy, do I live in that cave. Occasionally, I extend my coil out to receive, nutrients. Or whenever I need something, I just stick my
You're getting
coil.
enough from the soil, you get enough from the light coming in, you get enough from the water.
Try and make contact with the fungi a few more times.
Don't get anywhere. Sorry. Maybe some other time. There is
mushrooms.
Okay. You do know that there are cave dwellers to the southwest who incorporate the fungi into themselves and form a kind of connection to that collective consciousness. Might be something.
Disgusting.
Forms a very important spiritual role within their community, but sure.
How do you incorporate a mushroom into yourself?
Because the collective consciousness of the fungi sometimes gives them omens that are significant to their survival. Of their way
I
of life.
thought you meant like they put it in their ears or some shit.
No, they kind of cut themselves and implant fungus within them, and then
Oh, that's disgusting.
kind of self-mummify, like how those Buddhist monks do.
No, that's a thing.
Yeah. These Buddhist monks figure out this method to self-mummify.
To self-mummify.
Self-mummification.
Anyway, we're getting off topic.
A little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna
Does anyone come in to... basically, I just want to ask someone... Okay, no. Okay, then don't worry.
I'm gonna bring it to a couple of days. Your modifier's to -1. Hele is. What is it you want to do? Sorry.
Or I wanted to talk to Hele.
Well, Hele tends to you, but keeps a distance otherwise.
God, she's pissed, man. She's
Okay, well,
pissed.
when she's patching you up, what is it you're saying to her? She hasn't said anything. She doesn't initiate any conversations.
You guys fucked me over.
It wasn't us.
You definitely fucked yourself.
No,
Thank you very much.
Anyway, what is it you say?
Do I know whether, so material goods, would that be of any use to them? Or, do they trade, or would that just be
No, they don't
useless?
trade. No.
I've got nothing. Do I have anything I could give to her?
Don't know. It's up to you. I mean, you have your inventory, so.
I know, and it's all material goods.
Well, okay.
I'm a rich girl.
And she's not a material girl.
Oh, it's a fun
Yes.
one.
It's a good one today.
Okay. I'm going to talk about something that's really important to me, that's never come up before, just because, but I have been talking about it the whole time. I've been playing it, being super musical the whole time, been playing my oud. Yeah.
Your shame was shattered when you were blasted out of a building and then fell into a jungle.
Of course it
This
was.
is the kick Habevus while she's down session, isn't it?
No. I mean,
I
this
love
is.
Shang was
Can
shattered.
this be everyone?
And then your arm just.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a fairly fragile wind instrument made of a series of small tubes. Like I don't think that's surviving. Like chainmail fine, sword fine, but like
What can I give her now?
My
the camel
chainmail
glider, the
is fine.
gallstones.
The gallstone.
I mean, she has. Okay, so you do have like things like bracelets and so on.
I know, but I want.
But no, I mean, they're not like, you know, they're not Puritans. They do have aesthetic. You know, they do have cosmetic items upon themselves. I mean, you know, you may have a few bracelets that were carved by them with, you know, wooden beads or something.
We've both got wooden bracelets.
Yeah, I do.
Do.
Okay, do you say anything to Hele while she's tending to you?
Ellie, I couldn't bear to go on knowing that you harbour this resentment towards me.
Okay.
I wish I could explain to you exactly why it is that I needed that potion so badly. But I can't. You just have to trust me as your friend. I didn't wish harm upon Steph. I am not upset that he is alive. I appreciate him as a tracker and as a guide. And I'm sure some people like him. He's got a good dog.
My uncle he died a few days ago when we were staying near the tower where you fought because of what Baba Nanya said we needed to do.
Hella, you know that
And-
if I had been there, I would have given you the potion for your uncle.
What does that mean, Habebus?
I would have saved your uncle if I could have.
But you wouldn't have saved someone from your tribe?
He's not from my tribe.
I didn't like my uncle, but I would still bring him back to life in a heartbeat. Because we are of the same people.
We are of the same people. I am not kin to them.
Fucking brutal. Fucking hell.
If you can't see that you're kin to them, then you are not kin to us.
Oh,
Whose ink do I wear upon my skin?
You left the tribe, Habebus, because you want something beyond this life.
Yes.
Which means your people are beyond this life. This is a mark of acceptance. But that also means you need to accept others.
Oh God, stop. She's already dead.
This is cracking roleplay.
I know, it's going quite well. You don't have to say anything. You just tighten up your dressings and leave.
she
Helen,
is
wait.
full of zingers, isn't she?
Hele.
Hele.
I know, it's a shame.
Hello, Hele.
Shame she has to die.
Hello, hele. Hello, hele.
You know
that.
Me too.
how
I
much
wish
this
she
means to
hadn't
me.
done that.
And you know how much these mean to me. You can have them all. I don't care for them if you're.
She comes back over and she kneels beside you and just kind of holds the hand with the bracelets on and says, I don't want any of these things. I would rather than any of these, and indicating to your bracelets, that I had a Habebus who's part of her own tribe.
You know about how I grew up. You know that I have no tribe.
Well, maybe you could find one.
Found family story, guys.
And she's gonna get out of there fast.
Can Hele have inspiration?
Christ alive. My heart is warm.
It has been
7 days. No, sorry.
It has been perhaps a few hours since then. Most of you are, well, you're all fit enough to get out and about, so you're still a bit weak, but you've more or less been staying in this cave, resting. The people here don't antagonize you. You think, although they're perhaps concerned by your presence, the resurrection of one of you offers a certain amount of kind of mystical significance that they don't want to trifle in your matters.
And particularly makes it difficult because I keep wondering about being like, "Oi, everyone, I'm back from the dead!"
You sound like you're hosting a game show.
You are. Hele keeps going. No, you must rest.
Rest when I'm dead!
Anyway, as I say, it's been a few hours since then, and you are resting in the cave till you hear a cry come up from the jungle, one of significant alarm, and you do, perhaps Tetsu, you closest to the edge, get up and look at the clearing to see a couple of Agula tribespeople running from the tree line, waving, and you do notice that blood runs down the arm of one of them, crying out. For a moment, what they're shouting is caught by the breeze until you hear, "Goat folk! Go! Let's just play some sinister music. Hold on 1 sec.
Oh no! I thought the goat folk were alright last time we saw them.
No, buddy.
Oh.
Alright, let's play some tense music.
Plus, there were different,
I think
like,
they
tribes.
tolerated us, didn't they?
The people immediately start. There's not just one tribe of goat folk, by the way. You only met the one.
Oh, no, they.
Immediately panic ripples across the clearing as mothers pick up crying children, people begin to package up pickled fish and so on. You do notice that there appears to be some level of preparation for this on the back wall of this place. Kind of crude vines form a kind of scaffold to get up this place that could be easily deconstructed. Hele emerges to the side of the cave. It's time to go. Are you ready? Come on. Where's the plant? Get the plant.
What's going on?
How long can you get everyone out in time?
Enya, she's kind of panicked and on her face.
We'll cover you. Make sure everyone is safe.
Okay, she goes to step into the cage before someone steps past and grabs her arm and just says, "We have to go," and starts pulling her away from the cave mouth.
Where is do I know where Tumbleheart is?
He's in the cave with the catatonic Enya.
I presume I can hear a fair amount.
Yeah, I would say you can, but you can hear cries. You haven't heard what they're saying, but you can hear sounds of distress.
All right, we'll get him. We'll get him and
Sure.
Let's go. Yeah, I go in. I crawl.
Sure.
We gotta go.
Okay.
What's happening?
Goat folk.
Bugger.
Bloody. yeah.
Goat
folk. Sorry.
Immediately they are clambering up this side. I mean, you.
The goat folk.
No. The Agula tribe. This place is going to be vacated in a couple of minutes, tops, if not like less.
Sorry, I'm presuming at some point I've collected the vast majority of my stuff. I have a fairly useless ring.
I mean, you can just stick like this. You can wear the spare bits in effectively and stick the spare bits in your soil. Like it's not
Is that
much
right?
of a shit. Yeah, absolutely.
I do that, and
You
then
can carry it on your person.
is the Baba
Baban Enya.
Baban Enya, is she?
Baban is the title.
Is
Enya
she
is the
still
name.
catatonic?
Yeah, she has just laid there in rest.
Having
Occasionally, Hele's come in to put a bit of water in her mouth, but that's it.
having rested up for a couple of days, am I strong enough to carry her now?
Can I carry her as well?
You're going to be hard pressed to carry someone, either of you, through the shallow
Can
gap
we
you have to climb.
feed her through and
And
drag?
you don't think you're strong enough.
Is there a
Really.
large loincloth we can throw her?
Tragically, no. That hasn't been prepared.
If I were to pitch some of the other things I'm carrying, would I be strong enough to?
It's more a question of space. Between you two, you could carry this person fairly easily. It's a question of getting under this gap.
Okay,
In that case, I'll go through and pull her through with my coil.
Great. Or why don't we just stay here? Goat folk aren't going to be able to get in here.
But then we can't get out. They'll just start.
All right, I'm going to start counting down in my head. You
They'll-
don't have much time.
They'll just start.
Okay, then we'll go.
We
We'll
gotta
go.
I'm gonna put her like near to the hole and then like crawl through and then reach back through and try to drag her.
Give
Can
me
I work out
a.
how far away the goat folk are while this is happening?
Okay, you're seeing them. You are beginning to see them come out of the tree line.
Do we recognise them?
You don't. These ones have a kind of more reddish tinge to their fur.
Oh, no, that
and
red
one of
is
them
bad.
is wiping blood from their mouth as they're just kind of slowly, casually approaching. They're enjoying this.
You
Sorry?
get out of here.
Okay.
Similar size before, perhaps you'd guess 15.
15.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you
it's
shout
like
anything back to
similar
them? Do you shout anything back to the people in the cave? Because you need to get the fuck out of here.
They're fucking already here!
Go!
Okay, so you're attempting to pull her through.
Pull her through.
Yeah.
Are you through
Yeah,
already?
I'm through.
Give me an athletics check.
Both of us.
No, just
Am I
assuming
now,
you can't
now
reach
on
through.
-2?
-2 to this.
So -2 plus 4, 11.
11.
Drag
It's considerably difficult to get through.
Is she through at all?
You're trying to reach under, then pull somewhat a full body worth of weight while slightly weakened. This is taking too long. If you stay here longer, you're going to be at risk.
Can
I'll
I
put it that way.
action surge to just try to yank her through as quick as possible?
That might cause damage to someone catatonic, but I mean, you can risk her health if you want, sure.
She is dead.
I'd say risk her house.
She's dead if
I need fucking decisions
Okay.
here.
Do it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
That's 21.
21. You pull her through. At one point, her head just does bounce against the side of the stone, and it comes up, and there is blood running from it.
Okay, but
She's
then
still unconscious.
I will just like pick her up as best I can
Sure.
with support from him, and then just get out to the cave mouth and start climbing up the scaffolds.
Okay.
Run away.
So, okay. Okay. You're climbing. Most of them have got up the scaffold. You do see that they have abandoned some of the elderly there who simply do not have the strength to climb up the side of the kind of stone face of this thing. Who are just kind of sitting there embracing each other, sadly. Some children are kind of cried carrying by their parents into the tree line on the other side.
How high up is the scaffold?
It's fairly high. It's about 30 feet.
Is there no way we
dog
can have the people at the
jumping.
bottom?
Sorry?
Is there no way we
70
can have
feet.
people?
You can try, but they are abandoning
Good.
them, so you may take that what you will. So coming out of the cave, assuming that Stev and Hababus waited for the other two, these goat folk are not far away. In fact, some of the closest ones could start charging and reach you.
What, so they're like 50 foot away?
Yeah, about 60 feet.
Oh.
Okay, so are we up the...
Are you climbing? You
Yeah,
tell me.
we're
You get
trying.
it? Okay, so do you want to give me an athletics check to try to hold onto an old woman while also climbing?
Is it?
Yes.
But well, should it be me and then he's...
No, it's both of
giving
you.
me
You're both
advantage?
doing it.
Oh, so it's not like...
You're both climbing. You're carrying it between you, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So both of
Okay,
you
but
are
I'm
rolling something.
gonna coil around her.
You're not that strong.
No, but if she drops, am I gonna...
-2.
Yeah.
18.
8.
18 and 8. Okay. You're doing all right, but Tumbleheart, perhaps overestimating his strength, starts to slip. His coil's giving away, and she is beginning to sag.
Can I swap places with him?
How?
Like duck under and take her?
Well, I mean, had you already climbed up or not, basically?
I was thinking I would let them go first. They were carrying her.
I mean, Helly will cry out, Hababus, go!
Can I cast floating disc?
Yeah, that doesn't you can't put someone on that and levitate them with it. I would say.
Okay, never mind then.
I think that's against the explicit rules of.
Yeah, I think it is.
Have you got any tricks like you did in the
All right, okay.
metal blades?
Everyone, stop talking. Tetsu, split second decision.
Yeah.
You can hold on to her and be at serious risk, or drop her and go.
Hold on.
Hold on. Okay. All right. Sure.
I could die here.
This could be bad. I will be honest. Given that I just scored a natural 20 on a.
You're okay.
I'm gonna die. Fucking die.
Okay, you take 25 points of bludgeoning damage as you slip slightly on the thing and hold on, and a sharpened stone cracks against your head and shatters against the stone face, and blood is just pouring down the side of your head. Right, everyone can give me a thing they want to do to either get out of here, try to
Are we all
wrench
halfway
up.
up the thing?
I'm going to say you are already up because you're not a lunatic.
Is the dog also making its way out?
Yes,
Is it all right?
assumedly.
Okay, it's good. It can do it.
I mean, the dog can jump really high. Hababus, are you still below, or have you
Someone
climbed
help
up?
me!
I'm below them on the scaffolding.
Sure. I mean, the tribespeople here are getting ready to cut these ropes. You are the thing in the way of them cutting them and getting away safely.
We're gonna have to get down.
What are we doing?
Really bad. Is there any way for me to like duck under her tumble cart and take his place, like supporting her?
I mean, you can try, but that's going to be a very difficult role.
How far away is the dog?
Dog is next to you, I will say.
No, from these two morons.
15 feet. But Tetsu's the only one really holding on at this point.
I hate that I'm gonna build burn a fucking level 2 spell slot. It's gonna go past what's it called? Bull strength on this one.
Tumble heart, okay.
So that's advantage to strength checks.
That's that. Right, so what are you doing to try to get up this thing?
Climbing the ropes, right?
Okay, are you climbing? Are you climbing the ropes? What are you? You need to tell me your action. We're doing. Everyone gets one action.
Okay, wait,
What is it?
I'm gonna climb the rope, and I'm gonna when I get to the top, I'm gonna throw a rope down for you guys. I said that in Baby's voice, but I said it in my voice.
How far up am I?
If you go out to toss out a rope, Helen is going to grab your wrist and go, "What are you doing?"
This is my tribe.
Oh,
That's fucking good.
That's fucking good.
There's no real answer to that, is
No,
there?
I mean, no, there's like, it's like there's not enough
Kinda set yourself
time.
up
The
for
goat
that.
folk are going to climb these fucking things and kill everyone.
I've got my split second decision,
Sure.
which is like I'm gonna essentially, because I'm presuming so.
You do feel a sense of strength come over you, but yeah.
Yeah, like considering that she's sort of slung between us and stuff. What I want to do is kind of like, I don't know if this is feasible with my extended vines, but I kind of want to like, because I've got a climbing speed. I think I'll probably do this because I don't need to be grabbing.
Yeah, you'd be fine if you.
It's like
dropped the heavy weight carrying.
no. I want to like shimmy round, so I'm basically got my body in front of both of them while we're climbing up. So I'm climbing with these vines and holding with that vine.
I mean, that's a lot of objects in space with a very brief decision.
No, it's literally me just going thump like that.
Yeah, while also carrying a body that you're in the middle of, like, getting close to dropping.
Yes.
So I'm gonna need a very significant acrobatics check with possibly dire consequences, if that's what you want to do.
Acrobatics?
Yes.
I don't like this kind of dire
I'm just trying to use my fighting style protection.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do, but given the geometries of that, I think that's quite difficult.
Fair enough. My acrobatics is.
Keep the pace. What is everyone else
Sorry.
doing?
I shall.
Just go.
Do we need?
Let's just go.
What do we keep? What do we do? Do you want
One
to
of the
say
Agula will bellow, "Let her go!"
Who? Like everyone.
One of the Agula.
Go.
Let her go.
Yeah.
We let her go.
Sure.
Right,
Okay.
he lets her go, I
The
don't.
couple of the ones who are waiting to cut the ropes quickly grab you and just wrench you up if you're trying to climb up.
I don't let her go.
Okay. Can you give me a strength check on advantage because of bull strength? But
Come on. Come on,
so
sir.
strength or athletics? Same, don't I?
no, just strength.
That will be 18.
18. Okay. You're holding on to her. She's heavy. Sure. You begin to pull up.
No.
Sure.
I mean, if it's turn based, I'll
Is it
have my
feasible
hand out
with
ready
my
to
coil
pull.
to like reach her above my head? No, that's no.
Pull.
Now I've said it out.
I'm ready to
Okay.
pull tumble heart up.
Baby, so you're up. Okay. At this point, I will say, they kind of just wrench Enya across the stone face and immediately start tearing out the plant vines that have formed this kind of scaffold, which just begins to collapse below.
I'm not using them.
No, you've climbed up to the top
Oh,
at
sorry,
this point, I would say. Hele instinctively goes to pick up Enya, but one of them will just kind of basically just strike her across the face and just grab her and say, "What are you doing? We have to go," and just start wrenching her away, basically.
Go, I've got it.
So we up the top.
And
No.
the other one who's with you will just go to kind of shove you aside.
To leave her.
No. To say, "You lot fuck off," basically.
Right.
You are not with us. You brought this here.
Okay. Then I'll pick her up.
You're going to take Enya with you, or are you trying to go with them?
they're not going to take her with us. So.
They might. You don't know. You're holding on to it.
Are you taking her or are we?
He will sling her over his shoulders, and this one is thankfully healthy and burly enough to pick up an old woman.
Okay.
Thank you for your help. And then
And
I'll
leaves.
go sprinting off. And
Right, we're off.
Sure. They are heading off as a group. The ones at the back appear to have implied that you lot should not go with them, but you can if you want to.
Which way are they going?
They are heading more or less northwest.
We're northeast.
We'll go north.
So I will say that the ruins that you were talking about, you can see the peaks of them very close by to the northeast.
I'll be northeast.
The Gula are heading northwest. The goat folk are moving into this valley. Some of them are kind of chuckling at this scaffold that's come down, and a few of them have grabbed and kind of torn limbs off of the old people there.
Nice.
We should go somewhere we can be protected for the moment.
West.
And a few stones have thrown past that these things have just basically like pitched like bit like kind of what's it called when you're shot put basically, but they throw them and these sharpened things just shattering and stone. Well, thankfully none of them have hit you, but one of them came rather close.
I'm just gonna start heading whichever way.
Yeah, sure.
Grove Henge is.
That's
Is
back
that
down. That's back down.
Okay, then I'm not doing that.
To be clear, to paint a picture, you are in the north. I was trying to do this for you. You're in the north west.
Yeah.
You need to head east to get to Grove Henge. The goat folk are coming from the east.
west.
God, sorry, I can't do this without looking at the map. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. The goat folk are coming from the west. Grove Henge is west. Sorry.
Okay. No,
Very
okay.
bad at visualizing
That's
this
all right,
stuff. That's why I have to draw.
Okay, so maybe
not right now.
Maybe not that. In that case, no.
Okay, we go. Let's go.
Can I share one last meaningful look?
Sure.
Just pour stone caves in her head.
She will briefly look back to Enya carried on the shoulders of her companion and look to you, and you kind of don't hear what she says in a rush, but you do catch her mouthing thank you. Back in her good books.
Oh yeah. Check.
You hasten into what little jungle there is here towards the northeastern mountains. I think we should end there. There we go.
Apologies for the video and audio, or rather bandwidth issues.
Yeah, shame about that. I'll look into that. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, I think it was a pretty good session, everyone. I had a lot of fun.
Hope you have fun. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
One last thing, we are starting to upload the episodes to YouTube. So
Yes, we are. The second half of this episode, starting from about an hour in, will be much better quality than it was on the stream in terms of.
Was it still dodgy?
I'm not sure. I'll have to have a look over.
Well, hopefully it wasn't.
The first half will be as it was on the stream. I don't know quite how bad that is, but apologies.
Yeah.
We'll fix. We think.
We'll try. And also, well, the plan is to, after this this quest line resolve, we'll put together a little kind of synopsis of it, just so that
Which
people.
we will perform.
Yes, we'll do a script, so people don't have to sit through the terrible audio issues of the earlier
I was
episodes.
joking about performing.
No, you've committed
It'll
yourself
be
to it
narrated
now.
by Hector Moonspear.
Ugh.
We could make little stick figures or things.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. Get an animator.
I think it'll just be audio. Because
think
I know
it
that
will
means
be-
I'll have to do all of that anyway.
I can do the voice.
We're
of
getting
Hector Moonspear.
distracted. Thanks everyone for watching. Shall we end the stream, Harry?
What's the YouTube?
What's the YouTube? The YouTube is just.
Yeah, don't
We'll
put
link
a
it
link.
in the
That's not how YouTube
descriptions.
thing works.
YouTube is a lengthy series of numbers and letters.
It's
that I
fine.
can't
If they
get
just
out
go
here.
down, if you just go down to the panels of Twitch, you can see our link to our YouTube
There's a
there.
big old thing that says YouTube. Go click it and watch if you want. And all 5 of the previous episodes are going to be up soon.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
First one's up
Love
already.
you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
And all 5 of the previous episodes are going to be up soon.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
First one's up
Love
already.
you. Bye.